All right, here we are. We're starting up. It's the late night Saturday stream. Ooh, we're just getting started. It's 1:44 a.m. Oops, that's not what I want. Let's go ahead and open this up. All right, error loading. Let's try go to this and tap it on this and tap it on this. Hey, hey, hey! Look at this. Aovic, Alex, Shinobi, Ducky, Tammy, Lurkin. How's it going, guys? So we are setting up the stream. It's a Saturday night. Second week, maybe the first week of April. Getting closer to Mike Side's paycheck. I gotta make some money. Let's get this. All right. Tammy was playing Minecraft with me. That's what I was doing today. Actually, first... it's freezing cold and rainy outside, so we didn't go anywhere or do anything. We just got fat. We stayed home. We were eating some beef soup. I made beef stew. It was pretty good. Pretty good. And Karis decided she's going to reset her game of BioShock. She wants to try and beat that game. And she was enjoying that before we swapped over to Minecraft. All right, let's see. So this is going to say... amazing vintage brakes. How about vintage brakes? Vintage slab brakes. Vintage slab brakes. Hot solo leveling cards. What else is popular right now? Live card shop. We could say free giveaway. I mean, there's always this free giveaway going on, isn't there? Free giveaway, vintage slab brakes, hot solo leveling cards, live card shop. Yes, here it is, guys. Let's see. I am Steve. Let's jump over here. Karis and I have been repeating the lines from the Minecraft movie. Such an annoying movie, but it's so funny in a certain way. It's like it's so stupid, it's good. Okay, we got Mario Paint playing. That's Mario Paint playing in the background there. Let's close this up. Gonna help my girlfriend Bill's. Your girlfriend's named Bill? Strange girlfriend name. Let's see. Oh, I click on this and it loads up the GameConomist. No, we want the CardConomist. Ta-da! Okay, pop it in here. Scooby Buns. Scooby Buns. Do. All right, here we are. So we're good to go. I think we're all set up. Let's see. It says I need to talk to somebody on Alibaba. Okay, we'll do that later. It says here I need to make a student loan payment. Ooh, all right. Need to take care of this. Was there an email I needed to see? Oh, yes, Andrew Mercer. He needs help. Andrew Mercer. Can't forget Andrew Mercer. Notification of cleared e-check. That's going to be... oh, that was a Sarah Dusenberry e-check. Okay, got to keep an eye on that. And now here is Elizabeth Rains. 7 hours ago, 2 custom vintage packs, 6 pokey shuffles. Wow. And then she sent for shipping because she's excited for excited for her slabs. Very, excuse me, very good. All right, welcome, guys. Welcome. It's another night, another stream. Welcome to our live card shop. It's a great time to be hanging around, seeing some of these breaks, seeing whatever people open, whatever you want to talk about, hanging out, socializing. Lugia is all the way to 11. Wow, that's pretty deep. Meganium's 2 out of 7. Gengar just started. My thoughts on this Gengar, he's totally awesome. So I like the Gengar a lot. And those are the main breaks, yes. Let's go get those custom vintage packs. Oops. All right, there's just a couple left. It's not really an easy way to get you one for random, though. My star card spot didn't play out last night. Yeah, I saw that. I was thinking about that. All right, good luck, Elizabeth. Just 3 of those left. 1, 2, Clefairy Doll, Shelder, Tentacool, and look at that Moltres, lovely. Second pack, Slowpoke, Grimer, Tentacool, Misty's Tears, And Toga. Wow, look at that Togepi, man. That card looks sick. Oh, that card looks sick, man. That's great. All right, so I can't imagine why these vintage cards have been so popular. Yes, I can. They're great. We are. Weird, I restocked it, and we're almost back to being sold out of it. I don't know if that means I'm going to run out of product really fast or what, but when I'm out on this stuff because I don't have a plan to restock it. I just happen to have a lot of it on hand because I bought so much back in the day. Cool. Mister, I believe 2 of 3 payments have cleared. Nice. Very good, man. That's for Elizabeth. She's got a bag. Oh, look what I got. I got some of these here, huh? Torchic and Dark Houndoom. That looks nice. Turn my phone down here. Got my phone all the way turned up. So, Elizabeth, she's excited for her slabs. She got 2 breaks and got very lucky in them. That's why the breaks are so nice. But you don't always get lucky. Let's go ahead and get her a label. They're kind of like high roller kind of things, you know what I mean? Let's make sure that this shipping address matches the one in your PayPal. I'm not sure if you have a new address or not. I vaguely remember her saying she had a new address. All right. Hey, you guys remember somebody had gone into our Minecraft server and released 2 withers? So that's all fixed now. I spent like 3 hours today working on those broken buildings. Man, I was wasting so much money on that. Not money. I meant time. Although time is money, right? I was wasting so much time just trying to get that back to normal again. All right, here we are. Good. We're going to go ahead and print these. Print. It's Sarah. Can I use the credit from the 2 that cleared to make a purchase? If there's 1 remaining, we gotta wait for that one, okay? But I trust that it will clear, but that's just kind of how it is, okay? I kind of help, says Tammy. Tammy did. She made a lot of beds. She did some floor repair. Here we are. Tammy's got some really cool stuff she made in Minecraft. I definitely got to stop and record that sometime. All right, there we go. East Coast Woes. Okay, so she's got her label made. Oh, because we're starting so late. Went to Chipotle today. Their new honey Chipotle chicken is so good. Chipotle Way was my house safe. Alex, I think yours was kind of further away from it. Mine was the one that got damaged the most. You know that little the little area with the entrance? It's got the lava drip. It's got the entrance to the mine. It's got the little stone cutters in the back. That really crazy cube home that sits next to the cathedral, that's the one that got ruined the most. Been working on it all night. All right. But when I joined the game, there were 2 withers, and they were destroying other things. So I sent the game into peaceful mode. I didn't know that's all you had to do. All you had to do was send it into peaceful mode, and then go back into survival, and they're gone. So had I known it was that easy, I'd have done that a long time ago. I'd have just joined and gotten that done right away. I am Steve. Skadoosh. That's right. There we are. There we go. All right. We also, another thing I did, I kicked most people out of the server so that they don't have access to it. A couple people still have access. Mostly just moderators. Mahasvara, Alex, Superdan, Tammy. Might be 1 or 2 others. 6 still has access. Jennifer Yap still has access. But I kicked everyone out, and then I changed the join code as well so that we don't have any more people join that shouldn't be in there. We have a suspicion who did it, too. I don't know if you guys remember that guy Electric Kid. We think he did it, but we're not sure, actually, so it's not fair to say that. But whoever did it is done now, and we reduced the number of people in the actual server. Oh, yeah. Did we have one of these Torchics for sale before? I swear we did. Mr. Thoughts on the current card market situation? What do you think the card market situation is? You're saying there's a card market situation? Why are you asking me about the card market situation? What did you last hear? Let me have a sneeze. I'm already sneezing. Oops. I want to put that out of the way. It's my phone. Oh, man. Wow, I already almost sneezed there, guys. Now my nose is all runny. There must be something about this room that causes a lot of sneezes. All right. When my soul passes, I hope my house stays. Okay. Back to this. We want to price up this Dark Hound Doom, perhaps. 10 Dark Hound. Oops, I didn't spell that right. Dark Hound Doom. All right. So, it's not available at all, this Dark Hound Doom. Let me check the PSA 10 version, maybe. Thoughts on the Switch 2 and price? Seems like a lot of people are annoyed at the new price of the video games being $90. So, I don't know. Holy. So this Hound Doom is for sale as a PSA 10, but they want a frick ton of money. Here's one for $1,000. $1,000. What did I pay for this? Let's see. Oh my gosh, I need to blow my nose already. This room has triggered the sneezes, man. All right. So I think I'm going to set my own price. This is a very special card. All right. So there is a PSA 10 for $1,000. I'm offering this one for $6. The Spindrift at my local grocery was BOGO, so I went in. I like the Grape Aid. All right. Here's Torchic. Torchic. When it comes to the price of Pokemon cards, when the market is high, I buy Pokemon cards. When the market is low, I also just buy Pokemon cards. There's no time where I'm not buying Pokemon cards. Every day I go shopping and every day I buy cards. And I don't really think about how good or bad the market is all that much. To tell you the truth, that's how I've been doing it this whole time. That's the secret, is I don't really think too much about it. If I see something that I like, I just go grab that thing. I got this because I liked it. Well, I'm so sorry. I have such a stuffy nose right away. Okay, let's try this. Do. How's the queue? We just started. I can't imagine the queue is very large at all. Also, the fact that yesterday was so crazy makes me think the queue tonight's going to be pretty short. Yeah, so you can kind of predict how busy the stream's going to be by how busy the previous day was. If the previous day was really, really, really heavy, you don't get as many orders the next day. I'm going to blow my nose, guys. All right, there we go. So I just kind of get to come up with my own price for this. I have no competition. So we're going to do, I guess we're going to do $250 on the Torchic for now. So there we are. We got these hot new slabs on the table. I'm always doing that. You know, I'm always getting hot new slabs. All right. Tape a cough drop under your nose. A cough drop under your nose. I'm not doing that. That sounds crazy as F. Oh, it looks like we didn't do something for Elizabeth that we were supposed to do. So let's make note that we did do it. Elizabeth needs 6 of the Poke Shuffles. People are out buying foreign cards before the 24% increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, that's 6 cold ones for Elizabeth. 6 cold ones. All right. Good. Sorry, Elizabeth. We have NHCC Jump Me in That Meganium break. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. A very solid card. English, reverse hollow 10, Sky Ridge. Meganium's, you know, going to be in the new game, right? Here it is. Legend CA. Okay, right there. Lightning bolt. Thank you. Oh, excuse me. All right, there we have it. Thank you, Mr. NHCC. Yolen's in. 2 Meganium spots. 1 Halo Upper Deck. All right, you've got it. Yolen wants in. Yolen wants action. Here you go, Yolen. Yolen, your odds are 2 and 7. He said, I'll take it. Good. All right. 1 Halo Upper Deck. Where are my Halos? I know I had a Halo box. Where'd it go? Thought I had an open Halo box. Did we finish that box? We're on a new one? Oh, no, there it is. Ah. All right, Yolen. Great card. Good choice. Everyone, this Halo set is just so fire. I sell a lot of it. And the cards coming out of here are pretty impressive. Oh, right. This needs to be ticked up to 5 now. All right, lovely. Whatever happened to Dress Up Darling? Stop stocking them, question mark. The guy I bought them from has never shipped them to me. He's some kind of supplier who he gets me product at really crazy low prices sometimes. I bought the Dress Up Darling from him, and he hasn't supplied it to me in like 6 months. And so, I don't know, I guess I just need to quit buying from him. He just gave me my missing Union Arena cards, and man, I should contact him because we're going to have that tariff come in, and then it's going to be a real shit show. That guy needs to get that done. I need to contact him right now. Give me a second. Ow. Reaching over so far. All right. All right. So I messaged him. How to think you'll be adapting to tariffs, mister? Full 24% to buyers, or will you try to eat some of it too? It just is whatever it is. We'll find out as it occurs. I'm not going to stop doing business. Let's see. Mr. Yolen, let's go find your bag. Yeah, we're going to find out, I guess, right? We are. I think that, let's say we raised the price by 24%. So every dollar is now $1.25, right? If that does not slow demand down, then the suppliers aren't going to change their price. Now, if demand falls a lot, they're going to say, maybe we need to lower our price. This. All right, here's Blau Party. Venusaur. This crazy looking Gengar, which can come off the table now. Let's take that off the table. Weiss Marvel too? Doesn't he owe you a case? Yeah, let me tell you what he has not shipped to me. It's Weiss Marvel 2, 2 cases Weiss Fujibunko, 4 cases Fujibunko Volume 1, 2 cases Build Divide Bright Dress Up Darling, 40 booster boxes of Terror Festival. He owes me all that. When did Terror Festival come out? Let's see. Terrastal Festival release date was in December. Dude, it's 4 months later. When does the tariff actually kick in? Hold on, let me look at this. Dude, this guy sucks so much. He waited so long to ship these. Now we're going to get hit with the tariff. So I know I'm being quiet. All right. He shipped them to the TheCardconomist. Yeah, crazy, dude. Crazy. I'm just thinking about it all. I can't believe that this guy waited so long that now there's this tariff problem. He had so much time to ship. I just got the Union Arena cards, and I don't know, maybe my mistake has been that I've been too nice with them. I'm not going to do business with that guy anymore. I don't care anymore. We just got to get out of there now. No more business with that guy. It's ridiculous. How can you wait 6 months to ship something? Terror Festival came out in December. It came out in December. We're in April now. We're in April, and I still don't have the product. 40 boxes of Terror Festival. He shipped the 12 cases, but not the 40 boxes. And I think what happened was the price changed on the boxes as the time went by. And so he goes, oh, man, if I ship this guy 40 boxes, I'm going to take a loss. But it's like, you have an obligation to fulfill the order. And he kept saying, I'm going to ship them, I'm going to ship them, I'm going to ship them, I'm going to ship them. Holy moly, dude. All right, 6 corrupted. There you are. No luck on the solo leveling. Terror Festival now. Yeah. Tariff Festival. Dude, it wouldn't be a problem if the guy just shipped the damn product. How could he be waiting 6 months to ship the product? That's on him for not shipping the products. That's ridiculous. Here it is. There we are. Miss 6. Refund immediately. He might be a good plug, but he isn't so good when he steals stuff. Well, he would probably love to go through a refund because all the product I ordered from him went up in price. He would probably love to refund at the cost that I paid for them. Jesse Salinas, 40 towards Slab away and $5 shuffle. Here we go, Jesse Salinas. All right. Mr. Jesse, let's go to Slab away. I've been so patient with them because, in my opinion, it's very important to keep your relationships with these guys who, you know, do the distribution on the cards, but this guy sucks, dude. All right, there we go. $5 shuffle. You've got it. At this point, request a refund. He can refund me if he wants to pay out the actual value of the boxes. Here it is. All right, look at that, pulling a coffin. Those boxes went up in value, and I could have bought them from anybody. There's two guys I could have bought from at the same price, and I bought a bunch with him, giving him quite a lot of business. And now those boxes are all more valuable as time has gone by. And so I'm owed the value of those boxes over time, because that money was not invested, it was with him. And he's taking his sweet-ass time shipping those boxes, man. Yeah, he's ripping me off, man. That's not right. Here we are. Whenever you get a chance, sir, may I please see your energy retrieval PSA 10? Oh, yes, you were asking about this. All right, give me a moment. Sorry about this. You caught me at a time where I'm ranting about this distributor I work with. Let's see. eBay. About this. Okay. Energy retrieval. All right, so there's the energy retrieval card. That guy cannot be waiting 6 months to ship me cards. That's crazy. Here it is. Sometimes we just gotta rant. All right, so here it is. Ancient Origins Energy Retrieval. Let's take a quick look. Was it not $265 on eBay, I believe? And so what I can do is, if you're buying it here, I can immediately lower it by 13%. Because eBay charges 13%. Here it is. So we're doing $265 on eBay. That's $34 off. So it'd be $265 minus 34. So we can do a price for you of 200 and what was that again? I closed my phone too soon. 231. Let's just make it 230. So 230 would be today's price. If you're interested in buying it direct right here, we take Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, ZELLE. There we go. And then we can get it shipped out too. Bloop. He might be a good plug, but he isn't good when he steals thousands of dollars from you. Yeah, it's going to be a problem, man. Jared Everett, HoloLive Elite Spark Box. All right, let me go grab that, Mr. Jared Everett. I'll be right back. Mr. Jared. All right, there we go. Very nice. Okay. So this is for Mr. Jared Everett. Here you go, Jared. Okay. All right. Okay. Mr. Jared. Yeah, that's on my mind now, that whole thing. We got the tariffs coming in. This guy took 6 months to ship my product. How can he do that? That's crazy, dude. Now we got these stupid tariffs to deal with, and none of it had to happen. He just had to ship my product on time. All right. Okay. Very nice. If he refunds you, you were like a really good credit card for him. Yeah, exactly. It was a free loan when I could have taken the same money and actually invested it into the exact same product. And 6 months later, I'd be wealthier. So it's a huge ripoff. with tariffs, it may be better to just ask for a refund. That's what I'm thinking too. I'm going to talk to him in more detail. Let's see. All right, oops. All right. Okay. Okay. Oops, here's this. Okay, very nice. Oh, very nice. Hololive. Yeah, I'm talking to him about that. Oops. Here's a holo, and here's a holo. Are most of your sources untrustworthy? No, not really. It's this guy was kind of new, and he's done really good for me before. He has helped me acquire product at a price that's pretty shocking, pretty low. Japanese product only. And he's been really good for one piece, but man, he's got to get better. He's got to get better at shipping the stuff that it's like he doesn't want to ship it, or maybe he sold it to me and then he found out he didn't have it, or he procrastinated, then he turned around and he said, all right, I'm ready to ship this guy, and then he found out it was too expensive. I don't know what his reasoning is, but you can't wait 6 months to ship product. Hello, sir. Do you predict tariffs will affect your business? That is a great question. I don't actually know how much it would affect us. I think it would affect us a little bit. Here it is. Jared Everett. Our business primarily deals in graded slabs, I'd say. So I don't think we're as affected as people who say rely primarily on distributing, like Japanese seal boxes. So we sell vintage, we sell Japanese, Korean, we sell English, we sell all language types. Some of that stuff is just printed over here, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it gets tariffed, all of it. So I think some of that's printed over here. And what it might actually just do is cause the Japanese product to be pricier, so the demand for the English product might go up. But that wouldn't necessarily change my income. And then, of course, we're probably going to focus on the graded slabs like we always do anyways. So I think we'll probably not be too heavily affected, but probably slightly affected. Here it is. Maybe his shipper is also moving to California and he's hiring someone else. Yeah, good question. Here, let me update that message I just sent him. All right, there we go. So, back to this, we've got to click over here. Great answer, thank you very much. No problem, man. We have Jesus De La Cruz, 2024 Topps Chrome Marvel. I think I should have a bag. Topps Chrome Marvel for $60? Which one is $60? Are you ordering two of the, let's see. Let me see exactly what you're ordering. Marvel. Here it is. Topps Chrome Marvel. Huh. 2024 Topps Chrome Marvel. Oh, I know what those are. Those are the fancy ones. Okay. we got some X-Men ones, and I was confusing it in my mind. All right, the fancy ones. Hell yeah, dude. Here we are. Oh yeah, good stuff. Oops. Let me turn this down a little bit. Dude is upset now that the guy he voted for passes tariffs is going to affect your business. Know that you're changing the price of a slab as someone orders it. Changing the price of a slab. No, I'm mad because this guy took 6 months to ship my product. And so now we're, you've got the tariffs coming in, and that's not good, obviously, for shipping overseas. But I don't necessarily dislike the tariffs. But the thing is, he should have shipped it already. So how can this guy wait 6 months to ship me product, and now we're going to have a shipping issue? So that's the actual issue. And he's waited way too long to do that. The next order that I place with the new vendor will be based on the idea of the tariffs, and we'll see how that works out. That's a very different thing. But the prices that we locked in 6 months ago did not consider tariffs. So the problem is that guy took too long to ship. Here we are. To be honest, if a lot of slabs come from Japan, now they're going to be 24% more expensive. There's a natural premium to be applied if you don't have to pay tariffs. True, I guess what's lucky for me is I'm actually sitting on an absolutely gigantic pile of cards. So for me, most of the product I grade will just come from my personal holdings. Ooh, 119, 150. Yeah, I don't anticipate it affecting it very much. Here we go. Very nice. Because I have such a huge inventory. I have a lot more than you probably know. It's all stocked up. Here's Blade. Here's Vulture. Yeah, how can that guy wait 6 months to ship, dude? It's just crazy. And Destiny, I kept waiting for him, and I was very patient about it because I just want to get along with him. But man, I think it's time to actually get nasty now. I think I have to turn into a Karen at this point because it's just never going to happen, is it? I know what we'll do. Tax them and then tax them again. Ah, yeah, sounds like a great idea. They pay tax on everything, file tax every year. Now let's hit them again. All right, here we are. Very nice. Here's Vulture. Very nice. Okay. And here's Blade. Ooh. Here's a Blade. Lovely. And here's Emma Frost. You're changing the price of a slab as someone orders it. Are you talking about this right here, the Ancient Origins slab? The Ancient Origins slab is listed for $265. It's actually an eBay item. So that old $200, that was a very old price. That had nothing to do with what it was priced at today. This card was priced at $265. That was the actual price. The guy who asked about it, he's from eBay. So he's asking for a lower price than $265. So he came over and we lowered it for him to $230. Yeah, maybe that's what he was talking about. I wasn't sure what you were talking about, changing the price of a slab. We actually lowered the price to $230 for him. That's what we actually did. We are? All right, lovely. That's Nighthawk. I think he thought we raised it from $200. $200 is a very old price. I just never gave it a new sleeve. End of cheap Japanese booster boxes. Here we are. All right. Very nice. Okay. I'm fine paying taxes if they go to the right place, that's all. We are, ooh. Yeah, they've floated the idea of ending or lowering the income tax, and that could really change the balance of things too. So it's like, I would love for them to reduce the income tax because I pay an awful lot of it. It is lovely. Let's jump over here. Daryl, I think he was saying I raised the price on you. It is. Okay, Jesus de la Cruz. I actually lowered the price for him by $34. He got it mixed up. Ending income tax doesn't do much if tariffs increase the price of everything by 20 to 30%. It's kind of like a rebalancing. It's a rebalancing. Let's say that you keep more of your money, but the price of goods go up. But the price of goods might go up while new American jobs open up that pay better than just working at Walmart. We are. Let's see. Meaning your fellow American has a better job. All right. Did you say you had a bag? I should have a bag, he says. All right, let's look for that bag. Okay. Aha, very nice. So you got a real old bag, 623, huh? But it last said 324. So Jesus de la Cruz, I really recommend shipping this bag. It's time for it to be shipped. It is. It's a nice fat bag. Possibly good for America. We have to remember nothing is a given except the pain during now. It's definitely an experiment. It is. Everyone in America seems convinced that the tariffs are very bad, but it seems like a lot of other countries use tariffs or some other form of control over how imports are handled. So like they block product from other countries. All right. Like when you really think about it, I'll put you down for 525. When you really think about it, we're one of the only countries that just imports everyone else's vehicles and drives them all day. Other countries don't really do that. All right. Fellow Americans, sir, I don't even care about my neighbors. I know, and when you think about that, that's actually not good either, is it? That's actually a bad situation. That's a situation that we want to reverse. You should actually like your fellow American. That should be a real thing. It used to be a thing. Here's Gligar. The fact that we all hate each other, that's kind of like the smell of a country in collapse, isn't it? I would anticipate a country like that to not last very long. Here's Ghastly. Imagine having to like each other. Here's Numel. Oh. Okay, our cars suck. You get to make less profit, boo-hoo. Perfectionism is not the solution. Oh, protectionism is not the solution. Here we are. Tariffs also affect consumers, not just people making profit, LMAO. Here's Raul Mendoza for the Meganium break. Interesting. So you guys are really interested in having a conversation about the tariffs over here. How do you guys feel about the tariffs? Why don't you guys just come out and say how you feel about them? Raul Mendoza. That seems to be where the live chat is going. We are. Okay, the Meganium break. Very nice. Set that there. And we'll put this here. It's a bargaining strategy. Yeah, they only just started. And what's interesting about them is Trump can remove them if he sees it going poorly. So he has the power to remove them anytime he wants. So I do think it's a bargaining chip. I think it's also possible that he just wants to change it so that we tax countries selling us stuff. And this will encourage the manufacturing base to be here in America, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Again, how is money created? Money's created when you plant a seed in the ground and it grows into something. That's like farming. That's like tree harvesting. That's like mining. That's oil rigs. It's also the creation of like advanced products, right? So if you're building advanced products and then selling them around the world, that's how you make money, right? Money's literally made that way. So the idea that everyone else should get to make everything and then sell it to us because we exported all of our jobs because of, the corporations, which we have somehow we're all in love with the corporations now, I guess. Corporations, they were always sort of like a bad guy, right? Whether they're wearing a Democrat mask or a Republican mask, corporations are just these big money machines. They don't really care about anything. So, they ship all these jobs out where the labor is cheap, and then you've got no good jobs back at home. And then they produce the good over there on the cheap, import it, and then they sell it at the local price. They don't give you the cheap price, right? Like if Nike tennis shoes are produced for $1, they don't ship it. They don't sell it to you for $2. They sell it to you for like $100, don't they? So you're kind of getting ripped off by that, and everyone's known that. But we've done that for so long, everyone's just used to it. You're used to being bent over by Nike. All right, here's Dylan Chan. 2 custom vintage packs. You got it, Dylan Chan. All right, here goes Mr. Dylan. I think it just shows we never learn from history. OG Bops, would you say that you agree that all the other countries should end their tariffs and their trade blockages and allow America to sell products in their countries? Would you say that's a good thing? Here's Persian, here's Meowth, here's Dark Raticate, here's Ratata, and here's Houndoom. For example, we allow TikTok in the United States. Do you know China doesn't do the reciprocal of that? They don't allow YouTube. They don't allow Facebook. TikTok makes billions of dollars in the United States alone. Oh, Hot Pack. Look at that. Do you believe all of our social media companies should be available inside of China? Would you say you agree with that? He says no. So you don't think that the other countries should lower their trade tariffs or their trade, their barriers to entry in their markets? You don't think they should do that? Just the United States should do it. Here's Houndoom. Dylan Chan. Tariffs mean American consumers pay more for stuff. Mr. Random, if you think that's true, do you believe the other countries should also remove their tariffs? Here, let's see. Mr. Dillon. But we only make garbage in the USA, I thought. We are. Right, I don't know where that necessarily comes from, but I know it's a competition to manufacture the best things. I know that's true. But, we're not going to be any good at manufacturing things if we don't practice. We actually have to have manufacturing over here in practice. Random thinks that the other countries should also remove their tariffs. So how do you think we should get them to do that? Like, obviously, they're not going to do it if we just ask real nice. What do you think we should do to get a zero tariff? No tariffs in America, no tariffs in the other country. No like trade barrier, no trade barrier. You just cross trade. People can just get whatever they want. How do you get to that point? Because you and I actually agree. I think the world would be better off with no tariffs at all. Then everyone can just work on whatever they specialize in. All right, so here's Jesus Dela Cruz, round of shipping. Thank you so much. Yeah, this bag was really old. Very nice. I truly believe we will go through pain for a bit, but the long term, this is good for us. Yeah, a little bit of pushback. I don't think that's a terrible thing, is it? It's like when you're shopping and you always buy from the same person your whole life. And then, you push back on them a little bit. They go, okay, maybe I'll give you a little price difference or something like that. That's not a terrible thing. Bargaining. All right, let's see. But, it's good to hear that you disagree with the other countries having a tariff as well. The goal is to get both countries to have no tariff and no trade barriers, because that's another significant problem too, is trade barriers. All right. Here we are. Our cars are too big and not efficient to be desirable around the world. OG Bobs, I own a Ford Fiesta. It's tiny. We make all kinds of cars, a wide variety of cars. America has many different car types, wide variety. We could definitely manufacture a small car. We already do. Americans tend to prefer the large cars, but we do manufacture smaller cars. It's something that actually does occur. I think that just saying that there's just no possible way that we could sell cars internationally, I think that's a sweeping statement. And I think it's sort of like a sort of defeatism, isn't it? It's like, we have to buy their cars. Oh, nobody will buy ours ever. They just won't. We have to buy theirs. That's the sort of perspective you're putting on it. Chicken jockey. That's right. How do you see PSA slab pricing being impacted? Do I think that slabs will go up in price? Not much. No, I don't actually think much will change. Usually Pokemon cards don't follow the stock market too much. I mean, a little bit. I know when the stock market's on fire, Pokemon does tend to be a little more on fire. But when the stock market crashes, Pokemon doesn't really crash. It just kind of goes down a little bit, not much. So Pokemon cards don't really follow the stock market too closely. And if you're talking about tariffs on international slabs, they got a PSA office in Tokyo where all these Japanese vendors have figured out they can grade their Pokemon cards, which cost them a penny over there, right? They open up a box of whatever Heatwave Arena, the distributors and the card shops do, and those boxes over there cost them like $20 a box. We're getting ripped off when they come over here. So they cost them nothing. And then they're going to grade it and sell the PSA 10 to us for like $200, $500. Yeah, I mean, if the government wants to collect the tax on that, I suppose it could. Pokemon's like this cash cow right now for Japan. And, this tariff, ironically, collects a lot of tax on that and says, ho, no, we're not going to send all our money to Japan. We're going to collect on that. And so, it's going to affect a lot of industry, all industry, really. But remember, the money's not just disappearing. You guys realize that, right? The money doesn't disappear. If it's going into our government's pocket, it's just going to daddy government. Now, here's the problem with that. How do they decide to spend it? That's a big question. How do they decide to spend it? So that's what we're waiting to see. Here is one problem with the United States government. We always raise the debt ceiling. Always. That's the big showdown between the Democrats and the Republicans. We raise the debt ceiling because there's not enough money. They spend more than they earn. Always. So they always print more money. And now it's gotten to a point where we have so much debt that the interest rates become like insane. So if the government collects a lot of money for a while and just pays that debt down for a little while, honestly, I'm all for it. If that's what they do. I don't know what they're going to do, but if they did something kind of like that, it's time. It's time. Nobody wants it to be that way. Everyone wants to keep spending. But if we were lowering the debt, I'm down. That sounds good to me. So we don't know what they're going to do with the extra money. I'm very curious myself. But we'll see. We'll see what happens next. It's definitely a moment of change, right? It's definitely a moment of change and sort of craziness. Chicken jockey. It's a free market, so the best product wins. Unfortunately, America does not make the best products for the open market, only for our own consumer market. I think that that's a great idea, the idea of an open market. I think one of the things everyone learned when Donald Trump held that big sign up is you can see there's a lot of trade barriers and a lot of international tariffs, like from the European Union, for example, Germany, France. They don't want our product. They want to tax our product. And then if they don't tax it, they create a law that just says we can't sell it there. Oh, it's not good enough. Ours is better. So if you like free trade, you strongly believe the European Union has to remove the trade barriers and they have to remove their tariffs. Now, I want to hear your idea on how we convince them to do that. So I would like to hear your idea on that. Trump's idea is we should have a reciprocal tariff. So kind of like a tit for tat, right? That's his idea. But you probably have a better idea than that because you're really smart. Let me go ahead and rotate these. Here's a Wigglytuff. Do you think there's a recession coming in the U.S.? Maybe. Yeah, there could be a recession coming. Here it is. Alakazam. Here's Dodrio. The gold guys have been talking about how America keeps avoiding its necessary recession. The gold guys say every time the recession is supposed to begin, America dodges it with money printing and fake interest rates, low interest rates. Maybe it's time to finally have it. Recessions are important because a market's supposed to be a bull-bear cycle. The bull cycle and the bear cycle is supposed to go up, down, up, down. But if it just goes up like a spike, that's a bubble. So you're supposed to eventually come back down. And this is important because when the value of things collapse like that, bad debt explodes and people get kicked out of the market and bankrupted. So bad money managers are defeated in a bear cycle. Why do you want the bad money managers to be defeated? It's just because that's just a part of the balance of the value of goods. If you're just printing money to infinity, no one knows what the value of anything is because you can always borrow more money and buy more stuff. So no one knows what the value of anything is anymore. So you need a bull market and a bear market. Goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. Again, we've just been avoiding the bear market because we don't want that. It looks bad. Daddy Mr. knows best. Look at how much debt, repos, and how many Americans are behind on mortgages. Mr. thinks I'm smart. You're very smart, PDX, I can tell. Markets have doubled since COVID. Unreal. Yeah, markets have just spiked. They really have. Markets spiked. I think I can show an example of that real fast. Give me a second here. Markets have spiked and never really came back down. And it doesn't really make any sense. All right. So this is the S&P 500. And if we look at this, now that's right after the tariffs. And it looks kind of similar to this right here. But look, it's just zoop. Look how heavy that upward curve is. It's almost exponential. It almost goes straight up. And that's after the COVID money printing. So this is a problem. You can't have that. It's a bubble. No one knows if it's really worth that or not. All they know is there's free money. Free money. Everybody gets money. Free. Buy as much as you can. It's free money. Right? And so that was the COVID printing time period. So a bear market is very important here. It changes the interest rates. It kicks out the bad risk takers. the people who didn't have assets to back their assets. And it also helps people sit down and go, what's really worth money? What's really earning stuff? What's really worth holding on to? You never get that moment if you don't have a bear market. But politicians don't like bear markets. It makes them feel uneasy. It makes them look bad. Everyone goes, aha, you're the worst. Stocks should only go up. Here's down into the depths. But, I think it has to be handled delicately. And the real reason that the market's dumped like that is because there's becoming a big change in the way that products are manufactured and the way that products are moved around the world. Trump's saying, you have to make them here in America. You have to build your manufacturing base here in America. We don't want it in China. We want it here. You have to hire Americans to produce these goods, not the cheap labor in China. You have to do it here, and you have to pay more money for that labor. And so markets are going, oh no, but what about our profit margins? No! And the consumers are going, I'll have to pay more for Pokemon? No! Trump's evil. Meanwhile, we have the same problem year over year where people spend $1 million in college, they get out of college, and there's no jobs. Why do you think there's no jobs? Because we gave them all away. It's actually unironically like the South Park episode. They took our jobs, right? Canada makes our cars. Mexico makes our cars. Japan gets to make our cars. Korea gets to make our cars. Everyone makes our cars. And it doesn't actually have to be that way. We could make more of our own vehicles, and the price of the vehicle would probably go up because Americans get paid well. The people who hate unions will hate to have to pay more money to give a guy who builds the car more money. But when those jobs exist, it pulls all these people out of the labor market. They go, hey, I'm out of the labor market now. I got a great job. I make Ford trucks, so I'm out of the labor market now. That reduces competition. You have less people that you're competing over for the same job. You might actually get a job that isn't just Walmart or Target. Walmart and Target, what are those companies? Those are just companies that import, garbage plastic mold injections from China. That's it. The whole store. There's no gold in Target or Walmart. It's just plastic mold injected garbage. We import all the slop. All the slop comes in from China and everywhere else. And we export all our dollars. And we have this horrible debt looming over us. It would be terrible if we were the ones who manufactured more of our own goods. That would be a horrible idea. Why would we want that? I don't understand. I really do think that there's a lot of politics here. I think that people hate the orange man bad. If you look at the old clips of Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Bernie Sanders, and I've got all these clips, they're all talking about doing the exact same thing that Trump just did. Kicking out this whole idea of let's export all our jobs across the world. They're all saying that's horrible. We should keep these jobs for the workers in America. So he's actually doing it. Now everyone says orange man bad. I don't think that that's a smart response. And it's true, the price of the goods might go up. Maybe that means you open a few less Pokemon cards. You're not going to starve because you open less, Japanese Pokemon cards. Maybe you just open more English ones. Maybe you pay a little more for a vehicle. But maybe your neighbor has a job paying $70,000 a year as a car manufacturer. That's a big trade-off. So yeah, I got to pay more for a car, but my neighbor has a real job now. He's not, working at Walmart and crying himself to sleep at night. So, this is a conversation to have, but I feel like people get too involved emotionally with the political side of it, and they don't just look at it and go, I don't know, maybe we experiment. Maybe we give this a shot. Elon going in the history books, whether you love him or hate him. Democrats killing an electric car company because they're told Elon bad. What you think they do with those recycling bales, resell them to U.S. China, literally buys our recycling, resells it to us via Walmart. Again, you don't implement tariffs before the factories are built here. Lol. I think that you could argue maybe you should tell them to build in the country and then the tariff's going to begin. But I think he's been doing that the whole campaign, and he's been campaigning for over a year, I think. And then he won. And he won back in November, I think, right? So that was November. It's April the next year. It's been half a year. So you got to implement them at some point. So he's finally implemented them in April. So it's not like this thing that nobody knew was going to happen. TSMC is building a massive plant in the U.S. The factories weren't being built here before the tariffs. That's all fine and well if wages were keeping up with rising prices. What destroys wages? What destroys wages is all the jobs, all the good ones, being sent to Canada and Mexico. And then you have to go work at Walmart, and Walmart doesn't pay anything. That destroys wages. But also, since there's fewer total jobs, you just got a bigger labor market with all the people coming into the United States under Joe Biden. You've got a bigger labor market that you're competing with and fewer jobs that pay good money. That destroys the value. Another thing that destroys the value, the money printing. So the U.S. government always spends too much and always raises the debt ceiling. That's money printing. Your wages are stolen from you through money printing. That's why you can't buy anything. You got a terrible job. There's too much competition in the labor market. There's too few good paying jobs, and it's just horrible. So you're young, you can't afford a home, you can't afford a car, you can't afford your education. All that stuff's been stolen from you. And Trump wants to kind of change things around, and it looks scary and dangerous because it's a risk. He's a risk taker. He's taking a risk with this change. But it's like, what do you want to do? You want to keep doing things the same way? You know, like, what is it that's going to work? What was your plan? A lot of people don't like his plan. What was your plan? Here's Nato King. His plan might not work. We don't know, but he's doing something. He's experimenting. Let him have his experiment. He can get rid of the tariffs at the click of a finger. The snap of a finger. He can change them. He can turn them back off. Let him have his experiment, I'd say. But I don't think it's all about the experiment. I actually do think it's just politics. People are like, oh, he's a bad guy, and his idea doesn't work. And I hope it doesn't work, because that's good for my team. It's like, Jesus, dude. All right, Mischievous, the poker card. It's a lovely card. Fun conversation. All right. There are no Mischievises on the market. I'll change the price of this one to 110. Oh, it's only pop 4, that's why. Let him have his experiment. There you go. Logic is hard to comprehend. Yeah, Ryan, it's insane you guys don't see what this all really is. That's the best school from what I hear. Hey, mister, do you know when you'll be sending out last month's PSA submissions? Very soon, probably this weekend, probably Sunday. We all knew he was going to do this. Pokey, you just sound like Orange Man bad. He got cabinets of people who are watching him making the deals. He just, the figurehead, the logic. Yeah, so he has like a cabinet of economists, and they believe that this is the smartest move. And so, you know, he's surrounded by people who are working on this kind of stuff. It's not just him working by himself. 2 + 2 = 4, and you say, damn liberal math? No one said that, Mr. Pokey Pitch. That's a unfair argument. Billionaire bankrupted every business, but still wealthy. Pitch, you're getting emotional about it. PDX, good one. Haha, wrath, classic deflection. We are. Be respectful here, guys. If you want to have a conversation, talk about the ideas. Talk about the ideas. You know, once you attack your opponent as if they're illegitimate or they're stupid or it's a bad faith, like, oh, they're not really arguing. Once you get to that point, there's no conversation. So stick to the ideas. I want to hear your ideas. Here we are. All right. So let's see if we got a Jonathan Morris order. He says 10 journey together and shipping. You got it. Journey together. No one cares about ideas. They just want to win. That's what all you are doing to me, so stick it to them, mister. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We want to hear ideas. I'm not going to stick it to anyone. I want to hear some ideas. Tell me why Trump's idea won't work. Tell me what you think will work. Like, what's the next best move on the chessboard? That's what we care about the most, right? What we're really supposed to do is always make the best next move on the chessboard. Trump thinks it's tariffs. Maybe you don't. But I want to know, why is his move flawed? Why won't it work? And also, what should we be doing? So those are the conversation pieces. There has to be a respect when you talk about these things. If you can't talk with the respect, you can't share the ideas. You can't get behind the ideas. Here we are. Very nice. That's always what, kind of plagues politics, is people start screaming and barking at each other, sometimes literally barking. I've seen some pretty crazy clips on the internet. Jonathan Morris, here goes. Here we are. We've got Pew Pitara, Ludicolo. People forget how successful SpaceX, Starlink, and Twitter are. Tesla going down a bit is not going to ruin Elon. Here it is, Metapod, Komala. Here's Tapu Koko. All right. So don't bully people out of arguments like Trump does, says Pokey Drew. Pokey Drew, why don't you share your thoughts about why the tariffs will fail and what we should be doing instead as a country? Tariff is short for terrific idea, says Kevin. So looks everyone is turning on Trump. Mr. will say that, and then I remember Mr. All saying you don't need to be nice to people when Trump was being disrespectful or making bully jokes. I never mentioned anything about tariffs. Here we are. I want to hear your guys' ideas about the actual tariffs, which is the subject, it seems. That's what you guys want to talk about. If you guys do just want to sling kind of like insults at each other, political insults, I got to shut it down, okay? Got to be respectful. That's the rule, all right? Ryan Haven says, I'll check your shop out. I remember you. Here's Lycanrock. Here we are. Ooh. Bazook. Lycanrock. Here's Pongaro. Ooh. Trump's ego gets hurt and he cries, says Pokey Drew. Pokey Drew, you have to contribute to the conversation about the policies. If you're just coming in here to rage bait, I got to kick you out, okay? All right. Here's somebody buy the last Meganium spot. Meganium, very close to the end. Mister, how many cases or boxes of Fujimi Bunko do you have left? I don't know if I can say that. I feel like that might be a question related to you wondering how many signatures might be available. Here's Jonathan Morris. All right, Jonathan, let's grab your stuff. Very nice. How's the night so far? Everyone seems like they want to get into some kind of political fight right now, like a mudslinging fight. It is. I actually enjoy the conversation itself about what should be done. So I don't mind it when people talk a little politics, but there has to be a line where it's like, all right, cool it. You know what I'm saying? If you're just here to try and rage bait, that's got to be kind of cut off at some point. Okay, let's see. Jonathan Morris. That's exactly why people don't like politics, because it turns into that. It turns into the mudslinging. Okay, you're going to have... I think you got a lot of stuff. You're going to get the large, flat priority mailbox. Here you go. When you say things like you're getting emotional or you're just a hater, stuff like that isn't intelligent conversation or debate worthy, especially when it's factually false. Ha ha ha, PDX. Am I not seeing all the messages? I feel like I'm not seeing all the messages. Hold on. Let me go to all messages. Oh, look at that. I wasn't seeing all the messages. I didn't even know everything you guys were saying. Daddy Mister and Mommy Tammy will get you, says PDX. PDX, you got to cool it off too, okay? Everyone take a chill pill. Take a chill pill at this moment. Just like that. Chill pill. Let's let it out. I'm so pissed. John's out of control. Chicken jockey. That's right. All right, I got your stuff. I'm putting it on a shelf. Your label is made. Here we are. Very good. It's my money and I want it now. There we go. Thank you, Mr. Jonathan Morris. Excuse me. CEM says, can we all just agree that everyone wants Trump for a third term and move on? Thanks. His whole campaign, Trump talked about immigration, terrorism, and foreign trade policy. They all said he didn't have a plan. Now he's implementing the plan, and all the doomsday panic comes out. Let me have a sip. All right. So, we have an order from Chentzeg Vong. I think we can agree a PSA 10 Trump good card would go crazy. I have those Playboy Trump cards. I've been kind of wanting to grade them. Fujibunko. It looks like you ordered Fujibunko Volume 1, right? Let me go get a box of Fujibunko Volume 1. All right, here we are. Ta-da! Ooh. Very nice. Chentzeg Vong. There is 2024 election cards with serial cards. Really? Show us the Trump cards. I could go looking for one, but it would take a while. Are you ready? Maybe the next stream. Snip of that. All that. Snipping this. Okay. Trump is keeping the drugs out. Cocaine is 3 times the price it used to be. I heard this at the Hood gas station today. What? You are? What are you talking about? In this economy? All right. Jason Momoa is pretty funny in a Minecraft movie. Who's seen it? Yes, I took Karis to the premiere of the Minecraft movie. Our movie theater didn't have a lot of people in it, but that's probably because we're out in the middle of nowhere. And the first 15 minutes of the movie, I thought it was so bad. I was shocked how bad it was. But by the end of the movie, I'd had different feelings about it. I was like, this is so bad, it's kind of good. So that's the feeling to the movie. It's so bad, it's kind of good. We are. I should have invested, says John. All right. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. All right. Okay, let's see. So we've got a booster box of Fujibunko for Chentzeg Vong. How are you guys tonight on this fine Saturday night? Saturday, right? Yeah, Saturday. They put an untextured version of the Minecraft movie on archive.org. What? Here you are. I heard it was like a Tenacious D movie in Minecraft. I wouldn't call it Tenacious D, no, but... Oh! But he sang, I think, 3 songs in the movie, so it felt a little bit like it. Definitely Jack Black. It's Jack Black featuring Minecraft. There it is. Okay. There's a naked card. Hollow. So, Chenzegvong. Kind of crazy there, man. We were having a pretty angry discussion. Here we go. Pokemon card stream. Hell no. Politics stream. My daughter wants to go see it. She's obsessed with Minecraft. Nice. Yeah, Minecraft's awesome. I was playing some earlier today. If you didn't catch the beginning of the stream, that's what I was doing just before we went live. We have a Realm server, and we invite some people to go play on it. And somebody had released 2 withers, and it destroyed a bunch of stuff at the spawn point. So we were correcting that, and then we booted most of the people out of the server and changed the server code. I tried playing, just not my vibe. Here it is. It's kind of like playing Legos. What did the wife think? She loved it. Yeah, we're doing all the, I am Steve. We're doing all the memeable moments all day long to each other. The McDonald's toy comes with the code to use in-game. Yes. We have a case of that on the way, by the way. 3 withers. It was 3? Okay, yeah, she's a Lego girl as well. When I was a kid, I played with a lot of Legos and a lot of another toy that you might have heard of called Connects. You ever heard of that? I was extremely good with that toy. The Lego market is crazier than Pokemon. I wouldn't call it crazier, but it has its own, yes, it has its own fan club, definitely, with its prices going up, just like Pokemon in some ways. Not as extreme, though. All right, there it is. Mr. Chenzegvong, you pick up 1 full art, and it is this girl with her tips showing through her shirt. Very weird, very good. Let's go grab, ooh, look at these $5 Weiss premium packs. Here's our $20 illustration contest packs. Here's our Naruto vintage packs, and here is our baby Garbage Pail Kids Chrome packs. Marvel's $5 a pack, by the way. All these things are not on the menu. You just have to send in if you'd like it. I just want to grade my cards with PSA from Australia. Keep those cards well preserved, because I bet you sooner than later, PSA is just going to open back up. Look at BGS. BGS said that they're going to accept offers. They just say, mind the tariff, and we'll still accept it. Like, let's say you have a $100 card you want to grade, and the tariff is going to cost you $25 to send it in. $125 card then. It's annoying. It's, you know, it's kind of frustrating having to pay that, but hey, you know. All right, $100 to $125. If you grade the card and then sell it for like $300 to $400, it doesn't really matter. It's just like this extra cost you don't want. But if you're selling the card after grading for like $300 to $400, it doesn't matter. So I bet you PSA, seeing how BGS is still accepting international orders, I bet you PSA changes their decision on that eventually. You can send it to a friend, third party in the UK, US to grade and send them back. You can send it to me. Let's see. I do feel bad for the people who have their money in the S&P 500 and Dow. Yes, the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones fell for 2 days in a row, and we'll see what happens on Monday. See if it falls further or if it starts recovering. We are. When stuff like this, when big changes like this occur, people who have a lot of money, they pull their money out because they know everyone else is going to pull their money out, so they want to be first. And also because they go, hey, if a crash is coming, I want to be able to buy something. But also because of the fundamentals, like what if you can't make as much profit? Well, that changes the value of the stock. Stocks are based off of the profits that they earn. All right, here's Javier, 1 Meganium spot. There it is. The Meganium is complete. The Meganium break, everybody. Oh. All right. Well, today was cool. Found out I'm not gay anymore. I'm not gay no more. I'm not gay. Not anymore. All right. Stock market is always flexing. There we go. Javier Arroyo. We have a Lego store that's 2 hours away. First time we went, my mind was blown. Nice. I feel like a lot of companies are in limbo waiting to see if these tariffs get dropped in a week or less. I heard that he already made a deal with, what was it, Vietnam? I heard he already made a deal with them. And so that their tariff is changing right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lovely. All right. Remember, there is a potential outcome to the trade war where the United States, it has a better trading outcome. And if you're an American, you're supposed to want that. But because I think it's highly politicized, there's many people that are just hoping it doesn't work out, and that's it. There's no more thinking to it than that. They just go, I hope this doesn't work, because then that'll look really good on our party. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. But let's say it does work out. That's not a bad thing. All right. He wants to try his thing. I say let him try his thing. Remember, he can cancel it anytime he wants. Does your McDonald's use Australian beef? Well, I don't know if our McDonald's uses Australian beef. If I order to BGS grade my card, will it miss the March submission? If you order it tonight, it won't. So if you order grading tonight, it won't, because I haven't done it yet. All right, give me a number to split the deck. Lego market is on par with Hot Wheels. People get wild with prices and scalping. Okay, 3. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. Set this over here. Now we're going to go ahead and show the names. Oh, man, it feels like I'm going to sneeze. Oh, my God. All right, here we go. Very nice. Oops. What's happening now has only happened a couple times in history, both huge recessions. Here it is. All right. You never know. Might turn out different. You never know. All right, give me a number. iPhones are now 2,200. Ooh. Six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is. That's the split. Good luck, everybody. Here's Elizabeth Reigns. Cold. Peter Fenelty. Cold. Javier Arroyo. Cold. NHCC. That's it. NHCC pulls the Meganium. Wow, that guy gets really lucky. I swear to God, man. He's in a lot of breaks, though. That's part of it. What you think, mister, about it? The plan Trump is setting up. Here's Raul Mendoza. Cold. Yolan. Hold on, let me finish this. All right. And Yolan. There we go. So I think Trump's plan has a chance of succeeding. Similar to the tariffs he applied to China the last time he was in office. Essentially, what I believe Trump believes about America is that no other country on earth consumes as many goods as America. So America has this weird consumer monopoly where, let's say you're like Vietnam or Indonesia, and you're producing all these widgets, and you want to sell the widgets. Who are you going to sell to? You going to sell to China? China doesn't want your widgets. They make their own widgets. You going to sell it to Australia? Australia says, you can sell it to us, but we're going to run a tariff on the widgets. You can sell it to the European Union. They got a tariff as well, like 20%. So your favorite place to sell to is America, because they don't do any tariffs on your widgets. You just build them and you make money in America. So America is finally coming forward and saying, we're going to tax them too now, just like everyone else. Well, what are they going to do? Are they going to stop selling? Are they going to suddenly make up for those lost sales in Australia, European Union, China? They're not going to do that. So they're going to accept the tax. And so Trump's probably correct on his play here. He's probably going to discover that all these countries, despite the tariff, still want to sell to us. And he's just going to collect a ton of taxes. The price of the goods going to change. The profit margin for the seller and the importer, the producer and the importer, those profit margins are going to change. So the CEO class, The shareholder class, they're going to miss out on profit margins. They're going to be very sad, by the way. But the United States government is probably going to collect a fat-ass tax. That's probably what's going to happen. They're going to collect a huge tax, and then who knows what they do with it. That's the question. What do they do with it? How does America look if we actually balance our budget for once and we don't raise the tax or the debt ceiling? That'd be crazy. What if Trump gets rid of income taxes? That'd be crazy. That's really good for Americans who actually work, actually have jobs and work. That'd be really, really good for them. So we are yet to see what happens here. We're in a pure speculative mode. But I believe Trump sees that we have this monopoly on consumption, and he wants to use it. He wants to actually use it. And this is like really upsetting a lot of people. It's especially upsetting the people who used to sell to us with no tax. They go, wait, that's how I was becoming a millionaire. Wait, no taxes. All right. Here we are, Mr. NHCC taking the beautiful meganium. Okay. I knew the good times were over. When a couple of years I seen chips go from $1 to $2, now $2.69. All right. Ooh, exciting times. It is. All right. Yeah, I think Trump's going to prove that America has a monopoly on consumption. Most countries' whole economy is just based off of producing goods and then selling it abroad, right? Like, so they just rely on other people consuming their goods. And America, they're the big consumer, and we're slowly going into debt. We don't produce and sell anything ourselves, so over time, we just go into further debt because we don't make any money. We move money back and forth between us, but we don't make money. Whoa, Ryan Havens. He says, finishing that slab away. Damn, bro. All right, that's a huge $2,000 order. Okay, let's jump over here. Let's see. I can see that guy answered my question. So, Mr. Ryan. It is Dark Blastoise. Nice, dude. That was a really, really good pickup, man. Let's see. We're going to go find that blasty boy. Trump's wife is a Russian spy. Melania. It's true. I heard about it in the Inquirer. Here we are. I think Trump has a soft spot for the Slavs. What do you guys think? Well, let's see. I suspect he does. If I can find it, where the hell is it? Ah, here it is. Beautiful. Wonder how much manufacturing will also start over time here. It's upsetting the mostly peaceful protesters. Here it is. All right, Ryan J. Havens, congratulations, Dark Blastoise. This card's like, I think it's like 5,000 now. You did really good picking this one up. Appreciate it, man. All right, let's see. We're going to go ahead and close that out. All right. Okay, we have Archie Yabut for shipping. You got it, Mr. Archie. Let's get that shipping. Grab this. Mr. Archie. I think Trump's idea probably makes a lot of countries angry because they're very used to making a lot of money just sending us stuff to buy. And that plan, that economic idea, it's not playing out anymore. Did you have a bag, Archie, you put? Archie. Oh, he would be an A3 box. Step 1, destroy Tesla. Step 2, Step 3, we're back in the White House, 2028. Yeah, I feel that the vandalism to Tesla probably hurts that company a lot, but I don't think that it swings any votes your way. So I think that the Democrats are not winning any swing votes with that move. It's just sort of like a pure rage kind of thing. It's beyond protesting. It actually hurts people. It hurts private individuals who actually bought those Teslas. They might actually agree with your ideas too, by the way. So a lot of Democrats bought Teslas over the years, and the person whose car you vandalized might be on your team. They might actually share all of your beliefs, and then you just vandalized their car. It's like friendly fire. So I think that has been not a smart move. And it does remind a lot of people of, like, for example, the BLM riots. Dark Blasty? Yeah, really good one. His son Barron will end up in politics for sure. Apparently he was the brains behind Trump sticking to internet media, and it paid off huge. Who knows? It might not do that. I feel like politics is more like an old man kind of activity. And Barron's pretty young. All right, let's see. So we're going to double check your address. Make sure your address is up to date, Mr. Archie. Let's see. Looks like that's all good. We're going to change the type of shipping. And print. Can you go over the breaks, please? The Meganium break just wrapped up. And so now, you've got a sexy Gengar Pokemon break. Master Ball break, that's what I meant to say. The Gengar Master Ball break. And you've got this Lugia. You've got the two-person gym battle break right over here. So those are some breaks. The Tentacruel is the clearance break. And it is now one spot filled. I think I could have made that bag, the shipping label, cheaper by making it lighter. It's going to say one. All right. Democrats are young college students. Sure, that's fair to say. I think some of them are definitely young. When I was a college student, I was a Democrat. I was like, other countries, the education is paid for. Why should I have to go into debt for my education? It is. All right, here's Charmeleon. I didn't really understand taxes very, very well back then. There's a lot of things I didn't understand. Oh, here's a second battle card you might be interested in, this Nidoqueen. It's cheaper, so if you just wanted to work on your battle card, this one's a cheaper break. All right. Let's see who's next. We have an order for Chen Zeg Vong, $50 for BGS Akeno SR. All right, you got it. Sounds like this is going to BGS. Is that the one you just pulled? It's got to be this one, right? Let's see. That one right there? I'm assuming that's what you mean. Barron Trump will run and win as president. Watch it happen. I don't know. He doesn't have the same experience as his father had in life, so I think that's a pretty big assumption. There it is. Maybe one day. Maybe when he's old. Too young anyways. Mr. was a Democrat, then he became rich. I changed parties when I went shopping for a home, and I had to do a lot of research, and I learned a lot about crime. And all of a sudden I realized, oh my gosh, all of the places with low crime are Republican. All of the places with high crime are Democrat. And I just started connecting the dots. I was like, wow. So, your personality type around how crime should be handled kind of decides how much crime you're going to end up with. It's not the case that a crowded city has to have tons of crime. Look at other countries. Look at Japan. El Salvador just cleaned up their crime. It's actually the choice of the people that they want to be softer on crime, and this is what allows it to proliferate to some degree. Here it is. So it's the personality of the people who vote there. They say, well, we don't mind. And then I said, oh, maybe I don't fit in with that group as much. I fit in with the low crime group. Here we are. And this is going to say B. So crime was a big deciding factor. It wasn't a taxes thing yet. Nowadays it's taxes, I suppose. Taxes matter a lot more to me Yeah, over time I learned a lot more about taxes. Mr. Chenzeg, 2. Pokey Shuffles. There he goes. Who knows what could happen in 50 years when he's 61. Mr. looks into buying a new home, becomes a racist. You know, people have accused me of being racist. My dad's brown. He's half Filipino. He was a brown man. Here it is. I grew up in a mixed family. My siblings look Filipino. Brown skin, black hair, brown eyes. So, no, that's not the case. It really was the crime itself. And, racism is a thing that exists, and people draw, stereotypes about each other. But it's a crime thing. If you can't have low crime, I don't want to live there. I want to live in a place where you can feel relatively safe. All right, Mr. Chet Zeg Vong. There it is. All right. He did deny the India guy a free pack when he asked. Oh, my God. You denied me because you're racist. Here's Raul. He says, send my IR Drowsy to Beckett. You got it, Mr. Raul Mendoza. All right, lovely. The crime statistics matter to me a lot. It is. It's not unreasonable to ask to live in a place with less expectation of getting murdered. You remember my history is I lived in St. Louis, and I learned a lot about St. Louis's murder rate. We were the... Is it in the Cool Kid box? Oh, it's in the Cool Kid box. So remember, I'm from St. Louis, and St. Louis at the time was the #1 worst city in America for murder. And we were thinking of buying a home in St. Louis. So you have to understand my perspective when I was living out there. If you're not living in Missouri, you don't get it. You read the newspaper and it says 6 killed in drug war, some sort of stupid shooting, and some stray kid gets shot in the park. You read that and you go, I'm not going there. That's ridiculous. And so that played into my politics, my experiences as an individual played into that. And we all get different experiences. So you guys might have grown up in a place that was really nice and was also blue, right? But St. Louis was blue. St. Louis was strongly Democrat. Very, very Democrat. Not even close. Super Democrat. And it's the murder capital of America. I found out they have more murder than cities in Mexico. Here it is. My city is St. Louis that I grew up next to in St. Charles, and I lived there during my college years, had worse murder rates than drug cartel city in Mexico. How's that even possible? We are sending this to Beckett. So that played into my political beliefs when we went house shopping. Here it is. Plus, we drove through those towns. You really have to come over here and see it. We drove through those towns to do the house shopping. We walked to the neighborhoods. We looked at the different houses and went, whoa, what is going on here? All right. I adhere to the thought that racism just means you notice patterns with various races. I'm not saying one race is better or worse than another. I just notice things. Rath says, stop with the noticing. I need to go to bed, but I don't want to, says PDX. All right, what's next? So we have... we actually shopped those homes and we said there is no chance in hell that we would move to these neighborhoods because it just feels like you're going to get shot. And that was the time. I think it's safer now. I think St. Louis has cleaned up a bit. But at the time, it was the #1 murder capital of America, St. Louis City. That's where I grew up. Harley Cunningham says 3 packs of Weiss Schwartz Nikkei. You got it. All right, Harley. If you grow up next to that, it affects your politics. It really does. You get a view of things. You get a feeling about things, It's a gut feeling. It's common sense. It's not based off of, Democrat, Republican. It goes beyond that, it does. It goes beyond that. All right, let's see. We're looking for an open box of Nikkei if I have one. Just this gut feeling like, gosh, I wouldn't want to be here. I think we need a fresh box. I'm going to go get a fresh box. All right. Whew. Ready? If you don't agree with everything I say, you are racist because that means you don't like me for being a different race. That's why you disagree, says Mary. Shoop. All right, Harley. Very charged language tonight, huh, guys? Look at this. Look at this conversation tonight. Okay. Race baiters keep racism alive. I think it stays alive on its own, but they certainly don't help. Y'all are some huge noticers. Here we are. Has the conversation mostly been about racism tonight? It was originally about the Trump tariffs and whether they would hurt the Pokemon card market. I think they will. I think the tariffs will raise prices to some degree, maybe lower demand. And then I think it moved on to, what did it move on to? Here we are. Eventually, I was talking about my past, about when I eventually became a Republican. And it was when I went house shopping in St. Louis. And I said, yikes, the nice places to live are red. Here we are. And they're tough on crime. Ta-da! Harley. All right, Harley with an H. Let's grab your bag. Okay. That was when Karis and I became Republicans. We were Democrats throughout our college years. All right. Everyone in college was a Democrat. I don't think anyone in college was a conservative. New bag? Let's get a new bag. All right. Tariffs will absolutely hurt the Japanese market, but English, nah. There it is. Yeah, it's hard to say what happens next. Okay. Might not be all that different. And our government might end up collecting a ton of taxes, and maybe this will allow them to balance the budget. But we don't know. We don't know what the government does with that money. There it is. Thank you, Harley. If you start with tacos, you're going to make me hungry. Oh, wait, I always am. Oh, yeah. Food, man. All right, let's see. Lovely. That's the XY era Gengar that comes out of Phantom Forces in English, by the way. Really beautiful card. This one right here. Graded by Ace Grading. Here it is. See that? Ace Grading, that's a UK company. They've been around for a little while now. And it's just a really lovely card. Video cannot be monetized. DPS test, best shelling type. That's like a 5-year-old video. Or that's like a 7-year-old video. What? Super old Monster Hunter World video just got demonetized. What? I just got email over it. They color match the labels now. It's a clever label. Let me delete this. Okay. I probably used some song in it a long time ago. All right. The queue is empty. Does anyone want to contribute a card to the Pokepot? Let me know, or forever hold your peace. And we can begin a new lightning break if you guys are interested in a new lightning break. I kind of like the card we just added to the table. Where'd it go? Here's the Torchic. And here is the Houndoom. So those were just added to the table. Also, let me take this card down. Here it is. I'm noticing ace grading labels are very distracting. Matt Misazune one-shots me today with one of his moves, Tempered Misazune. Also soon, Arch-Tempered Raidao. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Arch-Tempered Raidao. LMAO CEM, borderline racist there. Here we are. So look at this, huh? Darkhound Doom. Still, it's the Team Rocket time period. Might be a good time to have a break on something like that. Look how beautiful that is. Wonderful card. Any box break? Yeah, there's a couple box breaks to consider. We've got the Fates Collide box break. $48 a pack. That is actually not a high margin price for me. Well, it is in the sense that it's the box has appreciated a lot over time, but I'm not asking for a high margin. And so that has nobody in it. Maybe it's too scary, too expensive. This is a Fates Collide, by the way. I think the reason why it got so expensive, it's actually an Umbreon set. Umbreon, Glaceon, Alakazam, Lugia. Glory of Team Rocket box battle is sitting still. We're just waiting for more people to jump into the box battle. One person takes the whole box. Hey, here's a fun thing. When you complete a box battle, I think we'll add a score to your scorecard. Here's Astral Radiance, your gym badge card. There it is. So you get another gym badge. Astral Radiance. No action on the Astral Radiance, but you know, you could be the person to start it. Awesome, sent an order. Said I wasn't going to talk about food, but these loaded taco Doritos slap. Is that from Taco Bell, those Dorito tacos? Those are always really good. I think they're really unhealthy, though. All right. Here we are. Very nice. Okay. So, let's see. Let's get a calculation on this. Looks like it's going to be a whopping 15 spot break, which means it's actually 1 in 17 because we're going to have a star spot. These are just straight up taco flavored Doritos. Oh, so you're actually in a bag of chips. I made a beef stew today. I make a mean beef stew. Been making beef stews for a long time. They're so cheap and filling, and they last like 2 meals. Now it looks like I've thrown the Pokeball. That's so fun. All right. Oh, wait. This isn't the Pokeball. This is the lightning bolt. In my opinion, they taste like a Doritos Locos taco. That nether sauce from McDonald's is interesting. Spicy hot and then just fades off. Nether sauce, really? Here we go, talking about feet again. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, there's the lightning bolt. This time it's a black marker, and this is because it's not overpriced on the market. It's just the actual price. So, that's a very nice thing. Let me take a quick look at this. Heard that go off. Let's see. NHCC is showing me some nice cards that I think he has. He's going to say, let me trade all these in. Here's an order from Omar Faba, 6 of the Prism, Evo English. Mr. Omar. All right. Excuse me. Let me go get some more Prismatic Evolutions. All right, here we are. Prismatic. Whew. I want to watch the Minecraft movie. Don't spoil it. There are. All right. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right. Let's snip it up. Snipping that. Snipping this. Snipping this. Haha. Okay, one Sunbreon. I heard somebody call it Sunbreon. I thought, hey, that's kind of true. Kind of does look like he has a sun behind him. Leafeon Master Ball is going to be a great pull. Look at that, guys. Leafeon Master Ball. Wow. That's Omar Faba. This round was $119. He pulls Leafeon Master Ball. Here's Snorlax GX coming out too. That's fantastic. So you got Leafeon and Snorlax now. Black belt training, not so important. They installed a Pokemon vending machine in the Safeway in front of my house. Yeah, cool, man. Oh my gosh, he's got double Master Balls coming out. Whimsicott. Oh, this has been a real decent round for you, Mr. Omar. That's Jason Page's newest song, Sunbreon. Give it a listen. Has he actually written a new song? Here it is. Here it is. Ooh, Overpond. All right. Very nice. Okay. I think that Minecraft movie probably making a ton of money right now. Okay. Jason Page, isn't he always cracked out? LMFAO. I'll send it you a DM of it. It's a banger, he says in quotation marks. All right. I'll have to listen to it when the stream's over. I don't want to demonetize. All right, cool. All right, we've got Ghastly. We've got Jigglypuff. We've got Gengar. That's really for sale. This Gengar's for sale, $3,440. I call him Game Boy Gengar because there's the Game Boy on the back. Oh, very good. Squall. Maybe he won't copyright strike the video if you buy a few of his autographs. I did buy one of his autographs. I got the Dark Charizard Jason Page autograph. Hey, I was listening to I was watching season 1 of Pokemon the other day with Karis because Karis didn't watch it when she was a kid. And, you know, it's just kind of this funny thing to toss on the background from time to time. We turned it on. The very first thing that begins at the beginning of the episode, Jason Page, I want to be the very best that no one ever was. He gets a lot of hate. I'm still trying to figure out what the hate is based off of. I haven't witnessed why people hate him so much. So I haven't seen it firsthand. I haven't experienced what's causing everyone to dislike him. But if I didn't know anything else about him, I'd say he's probably going to be remembered along with all the other cast of the people who helped make that TV show, because he sings that song at the beginning of every single episode of Pokemon Season 1. I want to be the very best. So, yeah, I don't understand the hate, but maybe I will one day. I don't know. He was exploiting his signatures to sell them, but the song is nice. Yeah, a lot of people have said something along those lines, like ruthless self-promotion, offering to sign cards for a fee. I just don't see the problem in that. I really don't. I don't see the problem in being famous and then telling people, I'll sign your card for whatever, like $500, when all you're going to do is take that signature and sell it on eBay for $500. That's what you're going to do. He knows that's what you're going to do. So it's like, it's his signature, and he can sell it if he like. There is a market for it. I don't know what the market exactly looks like. But, you know, any of the Pokemon card artists could do the same thing. A Rita, he could say $500 a signature. I'd still buy it. You know what I'm saying? Would everyone give him shit if he did that? So, you know, if he doesn't ask a fee for his signature, then it's just the guy who gets the signature gets to go sell it for $500 to $1,000. That's it. It just goes to the guy who got the signature. He doesn't care about Oh, this is going to be in my collection forever. Thank you, Jason Page. He got flip it on eBay in like 2 seconds. So, you know, I don't. It's not that crazy to me. It really doesn't bother me. NHCC. So he says, shipping and $20 off my slab away. Sent you the list in Discord. All right, let's do it. So what I will do, I'm going to write you down for shipping, and we're going to take a look at those slabs real careful, okay? Because I got to decide how to declare them. So 10 NHCC shipping. Okay. Good. NHCC, we got you written down to do the shipping. Your shipping is always requires a lot of work because it's got a lot of slabs in it. Very, very valuable ones, in fact. So I've got you marked for shipping, and I'm going to go apply the $20 to your slab away. And I can see you sent me a picture for the shipping. You're as NHCC. Yeah, okay, good. Us degens stick together. You know, that is true. A group really does form. What you start out with at the beginning, when a audience or a large group of people form, you get a broad variety of people. And then at some point, something can galvanize that group. And the people who remain really kind of feel like they're part of, you know, maybe a group they care about, or like, hey, these are my guys, or, you know. I think that's an important feeling, by the way. If you don't have that feeling, then you're not really in a group. You're more like in an audience. You know what I'm saying? You're like in an audience. But a group really has people who share a mutual interest in something, or a respect, or sort of like a passion, or there's just something they get out from the group that you can't get from just being part of the audience. So that has maybe been something that I've understood for a long time as a content creator, is how important it is to feel like the group knows each other. This community, part of my people. I went ham on a couple limited edition Gradient Guard for my Blastoise and Seri Luigi. If he just showed up to sell his autographs, no biggie. The problem is he pushes his autographs and acts cringy about it. Cringy, creepy. Harley Cunningham, 3 more packs of Weiss Schwartz. You got it. 3 more packs. All right, let's get that signature card out. Here it is. I want to be the very best. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's in a tough financial moment. Here it is. All right. I can't hate on the guy. I just can't. I can't hate on him. He did the music for the Pokemon episode. You turn it on Netflix, and what do you hear? The very first thing you hear is his song. He's a part of the crew. He's a part of the cast. Maybe he has more ambition, or maybe he's got financial problems. I don't know. I'm not going to judge him for it. All right, let's see. Like maybe he wants to buy a Sea-Doo. I don't know. Let the man have a Sea-Doo. Here we are. All right. You don't have to buy his signature. If he, you know, solicits his signature, hey, who wants to buy my signature? He can do that. I'm not going to hate on him for it. I'll be like, not for me. All right, here we go. All right. He just wants to sell the very best Pokemon cards that ever was. Solo leveling is good. Yeah, we've got, by the way, if you are just popping in for the Saturday nighttime stream and you didn't catch this on Friday, we have the $60 solo leveling booster boxes, and we sold an F ton of these yesterday. I mean, between the daytime and nighttime stream, this was the #1 selling product on the menu, was solo leveling. These boxes come with a pretty small card list, I noticed. There's a lot of repeats, but you're trying to pull a signature card. That's what comes out of these. It's, the chase cards are signatures. They're pretty hard to pull, but I imagine they're worth a lot of money. So there it is, solo leveling. All right. So Jared Everett, HoloLive Spark Box. Did I happen to bring 2 of those in? Yes, I did. Jared Everett. Thank you so much, Jared. There it is. That's a great Gengar, huh? Oops. There we go. I was surprised to know S.M. Pratt has not worked a job in his life. His whole life is just selling Pokemon cards. He's probably a multimillionaire. He's never had a job at all? What do you mean? Selling Pokemon cards is a job? It's a legitimate job. Mom, Dad, I swear. I sell Pokemon. It's a real job. I went through Friday's stream to see WTF these are. Siggy Jinwoo. Limited edition graded cards sold recently. Here it is. All right. Snipping this. Okay. He worked one day at a normal job and couldn't take it. What? That's crazy. Here it is. All right. When I got started 6 years ago, it was TCA Gaming, SM Pratt, and Z&G Emporium. Those were probably the three biggest guys I was watching at the time. Here we are. All right. I think they're all still doing really well these days. Let's see. There was another guy. What was his name? I think his name might have been Graded Gem. I don't think I watched as much of his content, though. I think his name was Graded Gem. And Johnny Sins. Hey. All right. Here we are. So, Jared Everett. You need to watch Solo Leveling. I have watched some of the Solo Leveling series. I haven't watched it to the end. We tried to actually watch it today, believe it or not. We tried to log into the Crunchyroll app, and it had logged Karis out. It's her account. She loves anime. And she couldn't log back in. She couldn't figure her password out. And the stupid app on the TV kept crashing. It was like really frustrating. We kept trying to log in and just crash. You're disconnected. Isn't Johnny Sins an astronaut? Yeah, I think Trump had him saved by Elon Musk type shit. This, ooh. Ooh. Here's this hollow. All right. Here's a hollow. Ho ho. Very nice. And here's Doggy Girl Bark. Lovely. Here's Holographic Water Girl, as well as Moon Girl. All right. Crunchyroll does absolutely suck. I thought someone told me it was on Netflix, but I went looking for it on Netflix and couldn't find it. All right, here we are. That was Jared Everett. Jared looking for a hot pool. Oops. Very nice. And very nice. Okay. Mr. Jared with the JA. All right, let's see. Ah. Okay, there we go. So now we've got Mr. Chensik Vong. One box of, or not one box, for Sneaker Bunko. 6 packs, I believe, correct? Let's go find those. So here we are. Got 3 packs here. Sneaker Bunko, everybody. Grab another box. Okay. Very nice. All right. We're going to snip this. And we're going to snip this. And throw this away. Here's, haha, this girl and this girl. Okay, full art popping out. Full-grown adult women. Very nice. Jesus, dude. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. When I scroll through my feed, my shorts feed, man, all I get are people clapping at the movie theater at the punchlines in the Minecraft movie. How about you guys? These people were... I actually saw a clip where the cops were called because it was too rambunctious. All right, here's a holo. Why did they put that card in my sneaker bunko? Here it is. Lovely. Chicken jockey. Yeah, exactly. People just going nuts right now, man. Definitely an internet meme movie. How about General Chungus? All right. Lovely. Lovely. I am Steve. That was happening. I'm just sitting in the theater like, why? You're witnessing movie theater history. Ooh, here's another fun thing that happened. I got to, look at this Umbreon, man. That is a nice Umbreon. Maybe we should have done a break on that one. Here's Flareon. There's Flareon. Here's Cello. A Halo break. That would be interesting. A break on the Halo card. Okay, let's see what's next. NHCC, jump me in that Houndoom break. Yes. Really, this should be the Master Ball break. The other one should be the Lightning break. Because this is a big break. It's a 17-spot break for the incredibly rare Rocket Returns. Okay. It is the Lightning Bolt. Thinking logically when it comes to the Minecraft movie, Jack Black cannot be funny, so he's got to save the entire movie. What? Yeah. All right. I really think it's sort of like this movie is so bad it's good situation. Like this is like it's absurd, you know? Ridiculous. Good. Omar Faba, 13 Prism. Wow. You're going deep on these, huh? Okay, you got it, man. 13 Prismatic Evo English. I'm scared of you, man. This is a big order, everybody. Omar Faba going deep tonight. Good luck. I hope you pulled Crownbrion. Sunbrion. It was actually a decent movie. Yeah, there was these moments where I was just like, this is ridiculous. And then it's like, all right, I'm liking it. I'm having a good time. When I was coming home, I was thinking, how do I rate this movie? Oh, I give it an F. It's terrible. But it's like, looking back on it, it's like, it's not like the kind of movie that you can judge like normal. It has to be based off of more like how many times did you smile at it? How many times did you look up at the screen and think, all right, I'm entertained. Not because it's smart, but just because you're entertained, no other reason. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think that movie's going to pull in a lot of money. Okay. We need one more pack. So that's going to be this guy right here. Wasn't there an empty pack? Oh, here it is. I found it. This pack right here. You were picking up this one right here, right? There it is. I, for one, can't wait to rewatch Revenge of the Sith later this month. Is that coming out later this month? May 4th? April 4th? May 4th? All right. Back when Star Wars was made by George Lucas. Oh. Snipping this. Lovely. April 25th. It comes out April 25th. I guess that was the launch date for it, maybe. No woke crap plot, moved right along. They didn't dilly-dally at all. It is. Yeah, there wasn't really... There was a little bit of messaging, wasn't there? There was a little bit of messaging. It was about, you know, creativity, right? we go. All right, and very nice. The movie had a pretty typical, like, you know, boy who's getting rejected because he's a little different, because he's wacky creative. So that was pretty straightforward. I liked the line at the end, by the way. They had a line that went something along the lines of, it's much harder to build things than it is to destroy. I thought that was a smart line. I've experienced that in life. Here goes. Here's Regigigas, Fan Rotom. Oh, yeah. There's people that just want to ruin stuff. There's destructive kinds of people. Here it is. Angry, jealous, bitter, whatever it is. I experienced that as a kid. I felt I experienced that a lot with my brothers. All right, here's Archelodon. We had all these building toys when we were young. I was really, really good with them. And I had a brother who was really bad with them. He just didn't build stuff. He wasn't very original. He couldn't design. And he would get angry and destroy the things that I make. And, you know, left an impression on me, I guess. Because it's like, why would you do that? Why would you go and destroy all this nice stuff I worked so hard on? Here it is. And so, yeah, that line, I thought that line was correct. It's very, very easy to destroy things. So hard to build them up. Here's Glaceon. Ho-ho. Why did Minecraft need to be live action, though? It could have been animated and probably have been better. Nah, it would have been a very different movie. I think they can still do that, what you're talking about. They can still do that. They can make an animated one. There you are. What they made is, they made some sort of silly, ooh, I like this Umbreon a lot. Come on, we need a S-A-R to pop out. I think in English is S-I-R. We need an S-I-R to pop out. But ooh, oh my gosh. All right. I've killed this B word 5 times and still no gem. Oh, that sucks. Sylveon. Come on. Oh, one last pack. Good luck, Omar. You got Giacomo. I swear to God, Giacomo takes the place of a hit. That seems to be how it works with this set. Prismatic. You get a trainer card instead of an SIR. Oh my God, dude. You guys remember how hard it was to pull hot cards out of like Fusion Strike and Evolving Skies? And it turned out there was some asshole who was stealing the hits. Do you guys think that's possible, that that's still happening? That's the chase. You did it. Oh yeah, Giacomo. That's a devastating round. You got Fan Rotom and Umbreon. These will be your top pulls right here. I mean, I guess if they grade 10, you can definitely make some of your money back on that round, but that is a tough round. I'm sorry, Mr. Omar. Prismatic Evolutions, man. Okay, here's Omar. So your first round was pretty good. Second round was a lot tougher. All right. Whew, that's the chase. Deb, hit thieves. I remember. Could it be happening still? I mean, what if that's why the pull rates are so rough? Maybe it's not intended. All right, first round is in on the Houndoom. Here's Coughing. Glowbat. It's Glowbat. Poopitar. Pelipper. And Lantern. We have 6 solo leveling box. All right, good luck. 6. Hopefully a signature in here, huh? All right, good luck. All right. 6, you're still in our Minecraft world. You still got access to it. I might spend a little time in there again. I might play some. Every now and then I play some Minecraft. I like build a big thing and then I take another break. All right. Okay. Good. And good. And very good. What do we got? What do we got? Boop. Wu Chin Chul. Jin Chul? I'm loving the journey together pull rates. Are you? Okay, here we've got Wu Jin Chul. Okay, here's Cha Hei In. Not Cha Hei In. Cha Hei In. We've got this crazy centipede guy. And nobody here. The bear, maybe? Werewolf, I mean. All right. Okay, here's the whole group. Solo leveling. All right. All right. All right. Here's Sung Jin Woo. It's Sung Jin Woo. Okay. Cha Hei In. Okay. Oh, Baek Yoon Ho. The gang's all here. Yeah. Cold pack. Cold pack. All right, there we have it. Your round is in. No Siggy. Sorry, 6. Can you guys believe it's already been 2 hours? I can't believe we are 2 hours into this stream. It feels like we started a half second ago. Holy cow. No Siggy. What's this BS? I know. I agree. Let's see. It would suck if the very next box had it too, you know? Poor, you seem tough on this. Here's... Jump. Harley Cunningham. 3 more packs of Nikkei. You got it. Harley. How are you tonight, Harley? Here we are. Ta-da. Okay. Good. All right. Lovely. Tonight's been a pretty good night for me. Mr. Ryan Havens paid off that Blasty Boy. And I cashed out. That is sold now. $3,200. He got a good deal too because the Blastoise went way up in price over time. I originally bought that Blastoise for about $500. I held it all these years and just sold it. Look at that red ash. Wow, so cool. I love tough pull rates. That's what truly makes the hit card a hit. Good point. Yeah, good point. If it was too easy to pull, you couldn't call it a hit card. Harley with an H. Our new friend Harley. Thank you, Harley. That's a nice looking card you pulled. Be a shame if it were to be sent off to BGS. Omar Faba, 12 Prism Evo English. I have a bag. Holy moly, Dane. Omar Faba going deep tonight, man. Like $500 deep. Holy Jesus. Okay, we're now more than halfway sold out on the Prismatic. Unbelievable. Such crazy demand. Whoa, 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 don't go anywhere. Okay. Boink. Good. Ooh, lovely. Look at that Pupitar. That's the card I want. Okay, good. Box number 1. And box number 2. I thought prismatic demand would go down as more product dropped for it, but people just can't seem to get enough. I think they will manage to print more of this. It would just take some time. The downside to that is the most fun time to open a product is when it first comes out. That's the problem, you know? So it's like you get advice from a guy like me who says, oh, just wait for it. But it's like, even I wouldn't want that advice. I don't want that advice. I just want to have fun today. Why do I got to wait a year? Why do I got to wait a year to enjoy a product that just came out, you know? So yeah, it's a tough market out there. It's just how it is. Okay, let's see. They're still printing 151 all this time later. So I think they're going to do something just like that with prismatic. They're printing Destined Rivals right now, though. Can't reprint a set when Destined Rivals has to drop. Oh, yeah. They're going to be printing some of that. If I see Journey Together laying around, I should scoop it up, right? Yeah, I mean, if you're getting a great retail price on Journey Together, you might pull a great pull out, get it graded, and get it flipped. Here it is. If you get a great price on it, by the way, and you want to trade it in here for store credit to pay down a slab away or anything like that, you can do that too. I'm always looking for more product. Here it is. I especially like acquiring product when it's off eBay rather than on eBay. So dealing direct with no eBay, good stuff. Friends in Paldea. Cutting eBay out saves 13%. Sneasel, picking up the Sneasel. This is Omar Faba. Everyone clap for Mr. Omar Faba because he is going deep for us tonight for our entertainment. He has gone very deep. He's opened 4 boxes of this now, 4 of them. That's a lot of money. He is looking for a hit to come out. It's very hard to get a hit in these, but we're going to look anyways. Here's Ogre Pond. Okay. If you can find Journey for retail, I'm buying some because I haven't ripped any. There are. Here's Carmine. All right. Yeah, keep me in mind. If you acquire some product you want to get rid of, guys, keep me in mind. I am always a buyer. Execute. I have a wide variety of high-quality slabs. You can always... Ooh, oh, man, I would have loved for that to have been a Master Ball. Sylveon. Okay, so this still has value, though, as a Pokeball card. Come on, dude. Oh, my God. This is hard to watch, man. Next pack. All right, Cottony. 2 packs left. You ready, Mr. Omar? Houndoom. 1 more pack. Here goes. No luck, man. That is so tough. Omar Faba giving us some of the best entertainment tonight. 4 boxes, booster bundle boxes of prismatic. Thank you so much, Mr. Omar. Wow. That is so crazy to watch getting opened. I've never seen such an expensive and tough Pokemon set before. This takes the cake. I'm going to give you a spot on the giveaway for free, okay? Because you went so deep. Also, let's get you a maybe a box. What's this, the O box? So we're going to get you a box. Let's see. All right. Stinky. Oh, man. I was rooting for you so much, man. I was rooting for you. Okay. There we go. You know, I've seen those SIRs, graded PSA 10, selling for a ton of money. Even the bad ones. Even the bad ones sell for a lot of money if they grade 10. Okay, let's place you maybe over here for the moment. I'm trying to find you. Charmander. Wade says, would you take modern Checkling blisters? That's all I can get right now. Yeah, I'm open-minded. You just have to be able to ship it over to me We can turn that into store credit for you. Here it is. There's a storm a brewing. Okay. There's a simple way to figure out what price you're going to trade that into me for. You're going to find either the last sold price or the cheapest buy now price on eBay for that product. Then you're going to subtract 13%. That's the eBay fee, right? Then just ship that over, and that's your store credit. So you can sell it like that. It's very fast, low effort. It's like it's already sold. And so just contact me when you got something and send it in, and we can apply that toward your slab away, or you can just have store credit probably. Okay, Raul Mendoza, 3 Merlin stickers. 3 Merlin stickers. Nice choice. Let's see, do I still have those? I think we sold out of the previous box of the Merlin stickers. No. Here they are. Here they are. I found them. Huh, so weird that it's over here. 1, 2, 3. 3 Merlin stickers. Those are so nice. And do I have one of those? I'm running out of those, actually. You also want, there's another part to your order that says 1 prismatic. All right, 1 prismatic. You got it. So he wants to snipe this prismatic with 1 pack. I can get Journey together. I might head your way. Won't bother with like low end sets. Here it is. Okay. Very good. Hello. It's crazy. I saw that video of the guy stealing Pokemon card product right out of the cart of another person. There's so much craziness with the Pokemon card hobby right now. It's crazy as ever. Pokemon's just putting out hit after hit. It's the end of the Scarlet Violet era. Oh wow, it's really not a bad pack. Hiccups. Why do I have hiccups? There you go. Mr. What Givey spot were you going to put me on? Yes. Let me do that before we forget about it again. Yes. I'm glad you called that out. I instantly forgot I was going to do that. Okay, so you got a spot in this box break right here. Okay. Spot number 12. Okay, so if you're lucky, you'll pull a whole box of that for free. Okay, here goes. Was that my music ending? Music paused. Yes. Music reset. Very nice. So crazy that we're just opening cards and it's chill now. There was so much fire and fury at the beginning of the stream, huh? People were getting real passionate about what they were talking about with the tariffs and all that. And now we're just chilling. It's funny how that works. Ooh, Machoke. All right. Here's... Ready? Ooh. Squirtle. Muck. Ho-ho. Mister's a boomer with a short memory. I'm a boomer with a short memory. That's right. There we go. And... Wait, what was she saying? What did Mary say? I can't remember what she said. Here's... Caterpie, Pikachu, Misty, Nurse Joy. I like that round. Picking up the Misty card. All right, so these stickers are actually gradable. And when they grade 10, they go for a lot of money. Problem is, they're typically pretty hard to grade. All right, let's find your bag. Thank you, Mr. Raul Mendoza. Lovely. Boy, it's real late, huh? 4 a.m. Next up, we've got Mr. Chensek Vong for Waifu Snipe, $20. Here goes. Kind of running out of room in this box. We need more cards here. Do we have some girl cards, maybe? These are some girl cards. about this? These are some girl cards. All right, good. You know, we like the box to be kind of full feeling. It's thinner because of how many cards have been pulled out of here now. Here goes Chenzeg Vong. Just a cold one this time. Sorry about that. All right. Darn. You need Siggies in there. True, true. I think I'm getting more girl cards back pretty soon. So the Waifu box will go up. It'll be more filled. Let's see what we have at the moment in the Waifu box. Here's the Waifu box. The Waifu box works exactly like the Poke Shuffle, but it's a $20 spin, okay? $20 per card. So we've got Naked Girls Talk from Sneaker Bunko. That's not a signature card, but I think that one's going to go pretty far. Heart Hybrid, also from Sneaker Bunko. Heart Hybrid, also from Sneaker Bunko. Go, whatever this is. All right, that's from Dragon Maid. Lily, it's called literally Lolly Goddess Hestia. Oh my gosh, dude. That's crazy. The name's crazy. Here's Contract Kurumi. Kurumi Contract. Here's... Yeah, not a lot of signatures in here. Here's a Nikkei stamped card, and that's Soda. Star Wars Galaxy 1 Leia. Here's Nessa from Pokemon. Haran, Naked Girls Talk, but it's actually the other one. Here's a stamped Blanc from Terra. I wonder if those are underpriced nowadays. Firestar. Contract Zesuto. We got Rivals Hestia. Key from Azure Lane. I believe that's Azure Lane. Princess Bubblegum. Sabrina Suggestion. Porsche. This Cardconomist graded Inugami. It's probably in there for like 20 bucks. We got a Marnie. Here's a Vanessa Marshall from Star Wars. That one's not so exciting. Here's Maxwell and Noah. These are both the stamp cards. And then just two more. We've got another Sabrina, PSA 9, but it's rainbow nice. And Jewelry Bonnie. So we just kind of take every girl card we grade and just stuff it in the same box. Some of the cards are sexy, some are not sexy, but it's the same idea. You're getting a chance for a waifu card. I'm sure some of the cards are much more enticing than others. Like this card right here, somebody tried to buy this, but I told them you can't buy it. It's got to go into the waifu shuffle. We got to have good stuff in there. All right, Sneaker Bunko's treated me well. I've got an interesting story about Sneaker Bunko Volume 1. I've got an open case of it, but I'm just going to open that, grade it, and keep this box over here filled with the grades. So I don't intend to sell that case. I intend to open all the packs and get it all graded and just have something going into that waifu shuffle for the next year or two. All right. So here's Mr. Omar saying 5 Prismatic Evo English. You got it. You got it. Here that is. I'm not into the booby cards, Law. You know, some people are. It's a real market. Those sell really well. And you know, what that tells me is if I'm finding it easy to sell them, you're probably going to find it easy to sell them. So it's almost like, as a guy, it's hard to believe that you can have this hobby where it's like just hot girl cards with like sexy bodies and that's it. And you can actually buy and trade those cards all day long. Like it seems like, you know, brain rot, gooner, degeneracy, yada, yada, yada. Your girlfriend hates it. Your mom's ashamed of you, whatever. But they sell, dude. They just sell. And so it's weird. It's like, you know, it's like having your cake and eating it too. I think that's the expression. So it's like you get to have these sexy cards and make money on them. It's a crazy market. It's a real market. I've been selling girl cards for like, I want to say like 3 to 4 years we've been selling girl cards. And they make up a significant portion of our sales. So I'm all about it. If I can sell a girl card, I'm all about that. Here's Larvitar. Here's Shaman, Glaceon. Here's Larry's Skill. It's like a hobby you wouldn't think would be popular, but it's clearly popular. Somebody's a girl card collector. Like they buy them and they hold them. That's the only way for those prices. All right, Mr. Omar. There it is. Larvitar and Larry popping out. All right. Doubling down, tripling down. Oh, you've got a box now. You're the man with the box. Here it is. I wouldn't mind selling them, but I wouldn't collect them myself. No hate. It is. All right. Very good. If you could tell me that a girl card was going to go up, I don't know, 20, 35% over time, if I just set it in my collection and didn't sell it, I'd go collect them right now. For me, the only problem is it's a bit too speculative for me. I don't really know what it will do. I'm more of a Pokemon card guy. That's why I specialize in. That's what I know. But again, let's say there was like a baseball card. I really don't collect sports. But let's say you're from the future and you come back and you say, see that baseball guy, PSA 10? He's about to double in price if you just hold him for a year or two. I just hold him. Doesn't matter if I like him or not. So that's my perspective on the girl cards. It's like, it's this sort of like, what's the term for it? It's very indulgent. It's sort of like this, I can't think of the word I'm looking for. What is it when you like a song that you know you shouldn't like a stupid song, and you're embarrassed to tell your friends you like it? They have a term for that. It's called, you're something. Maybe somebody can think of the word I'm thinking of. All right. So now we have an order from Chensek Vong, who says he'll try again at the Waifu Shuffle. All right. Oops. Hi, do you have any Pokemon card? Guilty pleasure. Right, guilty pleasure. That was the word. Thank you. I knew somebody would know what I was talking about. It's like a guilty pleasure kind of card hobby. And I think a lot of men probably just don't allow themselves to collect it. They go, no. My wife would never allow this. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 of these. I'm experiencing that currently. What's that called? Ooh, you got the Inugami. I think the Inugami went in for like $20. All right. That might not have been the exact one you were looking for, but I got to tell you something. That is better than pulling 2 cold ones. Where did it go? The Hestia card, I expect the Hestia card is surprisingly just unexpectedly good in this box. Like, it makes people go, hey, maybe I pull one of those pricey cards, or maybe I accidentally pull the Hestia card. Okay. Hold on to this, because if I die of heart attack, it might go up in value. Okay. True. Okay. We've got an order from, hit refresh. That's it. There's no orders in the queue. You can do whatever you want. You can donate a card to the Pokepot and have a roll at the Pokepot. You can ask to see what the breaks are. I guess I'll show them off real fast. You got the Mew Mega Break, $40 to jump into the Mega Break. The Weedle Gym Break. Here is the Lugia Break. Here is the Gengar Pokeball Break, Master Ball Break. The new clearance card is actually this Topps Tentacruel. Okay, he's population like 4 or something. I can't remember. He's super rare. I can't remember his population, actually. And here's Houndoom with 1 person in it now. That is Rocket Returns. Houndoom. Show off how spectacular that card is. Very popular card. Very expensive, by the way. I believe the PSA 10 version of the card's like $1,000 or something. Okay. So tonight's Saturday. We've had a great Saturday night. Just one order was $2,000. It was the Blastoise order. I could just wrap up. We're basically done. I don't need any more sales. How crazy is that? One Blastoise sale was all we needed. That Blastoise is so cool to have sold. It's sad to see him go, and the guy who got him got it for a great deal. Blastoise today is like almost $5,000, I think. So he got it for like $3,000 or 3.2 or something like that. He used Slab Away on it, and it was a red label Slab Away. And he took a risk on it, and despite it being a red label card, it actually went way over that value of $3,000. And so I got paid out because when it sold, that Blastoise was a card I bought for like $500 back in the day. So I'm getting paid out on a card that I held for years, and he's picking up a card at a huge discount. Everyone's happy. That was tonight. I could just wrap up now. How crazy is that? 2Gs, damn. Yeah, it feels great, man. It feels great having these Pokemon cards, knowing that they sell and knowing that there's a market for it. And, man, it's a special thing. It's very cool collecting. I'm not going to lie. I love the heck out of it. I like these breaks. I think the breaks are really special. You know, we could host a Rocket Returns pack break instead of this Dark Houndoom break, or sell like a Rocket Returns booster pack. It'd be like $1,000 booster pack. And so when we'd break it, we'd have to divide it by like, whatever, 1,000. And you probably wouldn't pull a good reverse holo out. You probably wouldn't pull much of anything. And then you'd have to grade it too, and it'd probably grade 9 or 8 or 7. So these breaks are very special to me. I like them a lot. I think they're the coolest thing on the channel because you get to offer like vintage Gengar. This is basically vintage, right? 2015 was 10 years ago. Vintage Rocket Returns. Super impossible to grade. Tentacruel tops. We got this Altart Lugia. Where'd that Lugia go? Oh, yeah. There we go. That's really nice. Altart Lugia with odds that are better than if you were just opening Silver Tempest. So I really like all that kind of stuff. How often do Slabaways get sold back to you? They do get sold back from time to time. That is a thing. I do accept the card back if you want to sell it back to me. But I'm a kind of a tough negotiator. So you're not going to sell it for maybe as much as you wanted to, but you can liquidate it through me. It's possible. Just depends on what you got and how bad I want it and what we think we can, get a price agreed on. Because I'm probably only buying it back to sell it again. The second time I do a break on it, it's much harder to move. So people love the first time you break a card. They're like, oh, we've never broken that one before. The second time, not as much enthusiasm, much harder to move. But you can always liquidate it on eBay if you prefer that. So I know that is an option you have. You can just liquidate it on eBay. So whatever my offer is, it does consider that. So for you, it might be better to just take it home, get it consigned, get it sold yourself. You can list it yourself on eBay, whatever you want to do with it. But yeah, you can always try to trade back with me. You can apply it toward a slab away you have, for example. Like if let's say you pull this Dark Houndoom, you want to sell it back to me, and I make you an offer. You can just say, apply that whole thing to my slab away. So yeah, if you get lucky in one of these and you've already got a slab away sitting around, you can definitely apply it. All right. Oh, he says slab aways. I thought he was saying the breaks. How often do slab aways get sold back to you? Not super often at all. That's pretty rare. Omar says 12 prismatic Evos. Damn, dude. Biggest customer of the night is probably Omar, if you don't count Ryan's slab-away payment of $2,000. So Mr. Omar making tonight spicy as hell. Holy cow, dude. I appreciate all the info you give us. Truly, thank you. No problem, man. You are? All right. Okay. Here's this. Yeah, he got a pretty good deal on that Blastoise. No one knew it was going to... Back when he locked it in, no one knew it was going to do that. No one knew it was going to explode in value. Sometimes people lock in a slab away and it goes down in value. That's all just part of the game. It's like speculating on a coin. Like a crypto. There it is. Woo. All right, let's see what we got. One pack at a time here. There you go. All right. Mr. Omar going super duper deep tonight, everybody. There it is. There we are. Okay. All right. Snipping this, and snipping this, and snipping this. There it goes. All right, cool. What do we got? Come on. Flareon. Ooh. Here's Sandy Shocks. Wow. Okay. Pupitar, little Umbreon. I think the Umbreon's always a good pull. Pupitar looks cool. Let's see the God Pack. Oh, man. I would so love to see a God Pack. Oh, my God. Here's Maximum Belt. Ooh. Okay, here's Lacey. Black Belt Training. Wonderful. Kieran. Not Kieran. Sylveon. Professor Turo's Scenario. Ooh. Ogerpon. Look at that Ogerpon. That's cool as hell, man. We've got Dracoloak. Goldeen. Oh my gosh, just one pack left for an SIR. Come on, Pokemon. No chance, man. Still no SIR. Mr. Omar Faba. Ugh. Prismatic Delusions. Holy, man. Ultimate JoJo says, have a good day, guys. Have a nice night. Have a nice night. Man, that is a tough set. Pupitar, lovely. Umbreon, Flareon. Wow, man. I don't know what to say, Mr. Omar. This is one of the most difficult Pokemon sets I've ever seen. You know, you started out with that double Master Ball, and I thought, oh, yeah, maybe this set's not so bad. And then you just kept going, and I'm like, this set's really bad. Quickly changed my tone. It's rigged. It feels rigged, dude. It feels freaking rigged. You know, the worst part is people are going to see your order and say, oh, I'm buying some of that. Okay, let me hit refresh. All right, let's go ahead and rotate these slabs. We've got a Shining Magikarp. Wonderful. Mr. Raul Mendoza sends in for one Prismatic. Okay, one Prismatic. Okay. I hate opening up one Prismatic because I feel like if an SIR really does pull right here, it's going to be devastating for Omar. Not devastating, but so annoying. He'll be like, that is crazy unfair. Dunsparce, Monkey Dory. Whoa. That's for Mr. Raul, just a round of hollows. All right. Crazy. That's crazy, bro. Hit refresh, hit refresh. All right, we have no orders in the queue. If anyone would like to contribute a card to the Pokepot, now would be a great time to do that. Here's Blau Party Weiss Hello Kitty. We got Venusaur. Our two booster pack breaks. Those have been moving real slow lately. Luigi from Luigi Mansion. And Glowduck. It's Glowduck. Look at that from the video game. See? Video game Venusaur. Beautiful. Cheap and affordable, $9.50. That actually says $225 on it. That says $225. We better get a price update for that Venusaur. We're going to say 10 Cardos Venusaur. Okay. Now we're going to sort by highest price. Oh, yeah, well. Okay, here we go. There's been a price change. So I've been able to locate one that's $800. Is that right? Let me look at that again. There's one for 1.2. Where'd the $800 one go? There it is, $800. Found one. All right, so there's going to be a price change on this card. I think this is a very special card, by the way. Kardos Venusaur. Okay, $400 or $800, $425. Prismatic restock time. Yeah, seriously. Gonna need a restock. All right. Might as well take a look. While you guys are thinking about what you might do next, let me take a look at that real fast. Oops, let's go ahead and add this. All right. I have a feeling these are just getting worse and worse, price-wise. Yeah. Holy Jesus, dude. Oh, hold on. Maybe it was because I had this typo. All right, let's try that again. Oh my God. Did these get more expensive? Is that why you're buying them all out? I can't even find them. Let's see if I can find them. Let's see. I can't even find them. Let's see. How about this one? Oh, they have doubled in price. They've doubled in price. How do you restock these? All right, we might have to change our price for now. I don't know. I have to be able to see that I can restock them. Let me see about this. 25 by 6, so it's 150 per pack, right? So let's see. What did I buy them for last time? Hold on, maybe I'm not remembering this right. Let me see what I bought these for last time, because I should be able to look at this conversation I had. Oh no, okay, the price hasn't changed too dramatically. Okay, I'm wrong about that. I'm thinking of the math wrong. My bad. They haven't changed too dramatically. They have gone up, though. Let's see. Yes, so they have gone up. Oh, I don't be researching prices like that. Mister gets scared when I buy a lot. No, I'm not scared. It's just that we're actually almost out of them. So since we have a lull in the stream, I'm taking this moment to kind of take a look into our cost of restocking, because I'm just preparing for that. Let's see. All right, let me try this. Grab my laptop. I'm awake, says 6. 6, wake up. Wake up, 6. Okay, let's see. Do. All right. Hello, princess. Wow. Yeah, the price definitely went up. The price of the elite. The price of the elite booster. I'm sorry, elite What am I trying to say? The ETBs, Elite Trainer boxes. The price of the Elite Trainer boxes has gone up as well. Man. Divided by 10, divided by 9. Oh my god, dude. That's just crazy. It looks like the booster bundles continue to be the best value still. What the fuck? It's just crazy. All right, so Mr. James Gower's trying to help me a little bit. I think I've already located what I want to buy, Mr. James Gower. I wish you could come with me, says Troy Malice. All right, let's try this. Okay. Oops. Also, let's see if any orders came through. I don't know if you guys have ordered anything new yet. Let's see. We are open for business. You guys can open anything you want. We are ready to open anything you want. You can also have fun with the stream by donating a card to the PokePod if you'd like to do something like that. But there's no orders in the queue, so let me go back to doing this. Imagine falling asleep, then hearing Mr. Wake Up. It's time to wake up. 6, wake up. Wake up, 6. Okay. I'm not trying to scare 6, guys. You guys are going to scare her. Okay. Do-do-do, Scooby-Dooby, Scooby Buns. This computer is so slow, man. This computer is slapped. It's chopped. It's toasted. Yeah, this computer's running slow as hell, man. There's just one thing I need, 6. I need you to wake up. Wake up, 6. This isn't real. Wake up. Well, my computer's like stuck, dude. The hell? Oh, there it goes. Very nice. All right, we placed an order. So, we should have our prismatic restock coming now. And there it is. That appears to be it. Perfect. And let's go ahead and calculate that price. Divided by 150. So it says I should want to sell the packs for about $21 a pack. That's really high. I'm going to continue to sell them at 19 for now and just take a much lower cut. So it's just going to be at 19. I've been awake. Wake up, 6. Wake up. This isn't real, 6. Wake up, 6. This isn't real. I've been awake. Here's Clued. It's all Cluedy. Here's Gleeger. It's Gligar. Gligar's from those bad neighborhoods. I'm getting rid of him. Oh, no, wait. We'll take a picture of him if we get rid of him. All right, hold on. We've got Victory Bull and Glassly. It's Glassly. He's from the wrong side of town. Okay. Slab away. No, wait, we don't want slab away. We want the all slabs April. Take a picture of that. Okay. Huh, do we have the lighting wrong? Oh my gosh, we've had the bright light on. Probably been destroying my eyeballs this whole time. Very good. I'm just fixing the rails on the realm. I tore down like 12 of those mine carts. I think somebody was trolling and put a whole bunch of mine carts onto those rails. I took down like 5 of them already. It was ridiculous. Yes, let's go to Process Labs. All right. Okay. Probably still put this down here. I love snorting a fat rail. It's 4:44. We're 3 hours into the stream. We might wrap up early tonight. It is a Saturday night. We might wrap up early. There's no orders in the queue. Yeah, I don't mind. Why don't we just wrap up early tonight? You guys want to wrap up early? There's just no action, so I think that that's an appropriate response. 3 hours in is a pretty good sized stream, and we got a ton of sales. It doesn't, you know, so we crammed a lot of sales in a very short period of time. I'm pretty happy with that. We gave the free spot away to Omar Faba, but I'd like to do a second free spot. Why don't you guys all guess a number? 1 in 20. 1 in 20. Guess a number. Oh, remember we were talking about Jason Page, by the way? We were talking about Jason Page for a second there. There it is. Jason Page, be the very best. Got that on a first edition Dark Charizard. Might have to make a video about that. Turns out we're all in different multiverse versions of 6. We've all been in a dream connected by the stream. That landed on 4. Ah, that's going to be Eddie. That's Mr. Eddie Berto. Let's grab your box. The box, I should say. Number 13. There it is. Congratulations on that. Okay. Good. All right. Well, guys, I had a fantastic stream with you all. We're just wrapping up a little bit early tonight. I can sense that we're real slow right now. I bet you everyone's spent all their money and they're kind of broke and need a chance to recharge. So let's take a break here early, and I'll see you for the Sunday stream and hopefully some excitement on Sunday, all right? See you there, everybody.